Hello, hello, hello. Chris Crew, are you there? Are you there? There's always a delay, so please let me know in the chat if you are here. Let me see. I don't see. Let me check. Let me check and see who is here. Let me know in the chat if you are here. Okay, Yuli is here. Hey, Yuli. Who else is here? Of course, I want to give you guys a minute to come in. We have a lot to talk about tonight, including some updates on some information people sent to me about Jacky O. Okay, baby girl is here. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, we have a lot to cover. A lot. I'll tell you one thing though, before we get started. This seems to be the time that people are either exposing themselves or people are fed up and are exposing others. It's one or the other. This seems to be the time of exposing the hell out of people. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but it's either people are exposing themselves, not realizing that they're really they're showing their true selves, or, people are exposing others. They're fed up and they're starting to expose other people. So, yeah, it's quite interesting. Okay, I see people coming in. Please, in the chat, you guys, if you could just let me know if you can hear me. I'm Yuli, I'm baby girl. I'm assuming you guys can hear me. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, people are coming in. Hello, Chris Crew. Hello. Good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you are at. StreamYard definitely has a delay. Yes, times are definitely crazy. Times are definitely crazy. But hey, one thing about it, like, I don't necessarily know if I agree all the time with exposing others, depending on what the situation is. But for damn sure, people are starting to expose themselves. Like, they are truly starting to reveal who the hell they are. Hi, Camille. I don't know if I've ever seen you in my chat. Are you new? Let me know if you're new. If you are new, or at least maybe you're just new to the live, but welcome. I don't think I've ever seen you before in the chat. Or maybe I'm tripping. If you have been in the chat before, I apologize, but welcome. Florida. Yes, Florida. Who is it that says ratchet ass Florida? Is it Lovely T, I think, who says ratchet ass Florida? Do you think it's ratchet, baby girl? Do you think it's a ratchet? I think she always says ratchet ass Florida, and she always posts stuff about Florida and the things that go down there. Yeah, Florida is a lot going on. But I think Funky was just talking about how he feels like Miami is different from Florida. And I will honestly say my friends who live in Miami, they feel like it's totally different. Like, they feel like Miami is separate compared to the rest of Florida. They all feel that way. So Funky's not the only one who feels that way. But he says that Miami is definitely different. All right, y'all. I've seen some of your videos, but this is the first time I caught you on live. Okay, yeah, okay. I was like, I don't think, since I'm so new, I'm trying to pick up on people's names and stuff and people I'm familiar with. So I hadn't seen you in a live. So I was correct. Well, welcome. Thank you for coming to the live. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, that's deep, Yuli. That's deep. Oh, child, look, we about to get into politics, baby girl. Okay, let's get let's get started, shall we? Let's get started. Okay, so It's a lot going on. I hope y'all got your libations. I hope you got, whether it's your water, your coffee, your tea, whatever, because this is a lot. Well, as far as Jackie O is concerned, we know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with DC Young Fly. He actually gave a statement pretty much saying respect, his privacy. I see a lot of people with the clickbait trying to make it seem like he actually made a live statement and was crying on IG and stuff like that. I haven't seen anything like that, but that was earlier today. You guys let me know if you see anything like that, but I haven't seen anything. All I know of is a statement. And the statement is to pretty much thank you for the prayers, but keep, this is a private time. Keep keep the family, in your prayers. So with that, I actually got some information that on Jackie O's YouTube, there was literally a video 5 years ago where she got her breast done. And this was after her first child. So this wasn't like her first procedure. She had allegedly had a procedure right after her first child. Based on the video, that video was 5 years ago, and she has a 6-year-old. Yeah, you saw the clickbait too, Camille. Yeah, I don't know. I can't rock with that. And my whole thing is, to me, it's not organic. That means that your clicks are not organic, your views are not organic. So for me, it's like, look, I'm going to put my title, of course you got to be creative with your titles, but at the same time, I'm not just going to blatantly lie for clickbait. Like, it's not that serious. But yeah, so she had a procedure like a year after she had the first child. Okay. And so then we know that, and that's the one that she actually showed a video on. We don't know if she had any procedures before, but she did, or after that, because I think she said in a video that breast augmentation, the breast procedure was her first procedure. I think that's what she said, but we don't really know other ones in between if she did. But again, another situation where possibly a year or less, she was getting a procedure done. And then she had her 2 last kids back to back. And then she had another procedure done. So, this is one of those things where, as beautiful as she was, you just never know what people are thinking internally. And there was another video that was actually sent to me. Hey, me. There was another video actually sent to me where she had a lot of emotions going on, as far as she was eating lunch and she was really emotional. So, the industry can definitely make you doubt everything. First of all, this society will make you doubt everything. When you have your people, your everyday people who literally will try to put doubt into you. Then you have the industry where everything is about perfection. Okay. So a mixture of that, because in the video that I saw when she had got her breast done, DC Youngfly was in the video. And I know he's a comedian. Hey May. I know he's a comedian, but she said, well, how did my breasts look before? And he was like, they look like the pizzas that we used to get like in middle school, like them triangle pizzas. He kind of said that. And while she was laughing, she also said, babe, that's so mean, or whatever the case may be. And, she was like, but he hasn't seen my breasts now. And he was like, look, if you like them, he was like, I didn't care about your breasts before or even now, they're your breast. But again, I don't know if all of those things, whether jokes or not, really bothered her. You know what I mean? Like, some people are very, very sensitive when it comes to their bodies. So yeah, she had literally, within the past 6 years, we know she had 2 procedures. This last procedure, unfortunately, was possibly the reason for her demise. Now, we don't know what happened. We do know she got off of the surgery table and pretty much left, the surgery fine, apparently. And then, of course, now she's gone. So we don't know if it was an infection or whatever happened, but we still need to get, I guess, information on that. But There are a lot of news articles coming out about this damn doctor. And so allegedly, this doctor has been previously sued by multiple former patients. Okay, multiple. So literally, yeah, his dark past that people are saying that, he had a lot of complaints. It's coming out. It is coming out. And honestly, um, she has over 1 million followers. So my gut is telling me, and again, I don't know for sure, my gut is telling me that she probably got the procedure done for free. But even in free 99, we got to do our investigation, and we got to make sure that we're getting everything checked out, research, and everything else, because it's coming to the point where it seems like it's life or death. So yeah, he literally has had several patients complain about him. So, and this is crazy. Literally, like, I'm looking at it now, and of course, this is according to TMZ, and TMZ comes with receipts. But literally, yeah, people are saying he mutilated their bodies. Yeah, like with BBLs and everything. Like, they're saying that he seriously has had a lot of complaints. So, um, now the doctor claims he denied the actual claims in court. And I think he even countersued some of his patients allegedly for saying the stuff that they said. But yeah, so this is a mess. Like, I can't wait until they really do a thorough investigation so we can find out exactly what happened. And again, it seems like the breast procedure that she had done, even in the actual video when they're picking her up, she seems alert. She doesn't seem drowsy. It seems like it was kind of an easy situation for her, and she's talking like 3 days later, like, okay, she took her medicine and she feels better. So I'm wondering if, because she felt good after the breast procedure, she thought it was going to kind of be the same situation with that mommy makeover. And maybe her body, she felt like she was okay, but she really wasn't. And because she felt like she was okay, she decided to go home. I don't know, but I'm honestly, this is one situation I damn sure want to know what happened, because a young woman lost her life and 3 kids lost their mommy over a cosmetic procedure. So that's just some updates, that this doctor allegedly has a lot of complaints, and the fact that she has had a procedure before. So let me see. Unfortunately, her body probably couldn't handle so much. It's possible. It's possible. And we can't assume because somebody's young and somebody is thin that their body can take it. You know what I mean? Like, outer looks doesn't mean anything about what's really going on inside the body. Um, Internally, I don't like my fupa, but unfortunately, it's a part of me and I live with it. But it could change it in a heartbeat, which is why I say, thank God you made me broke. Yeah, like, I mean, at the end of the day, I think one of my followers, she says she's gotten procedures done, but she doesn't do everything at once. She takes it one at a time. I think she said she did her arms, and then she said she's going to do her stomach next. She said it's all about her safety. She doesn't need to get everything done all at once. She just does it one at a time. Maybe that's the case, because sometimes, from my understanding, those mommy makeovers can take hours. I've heard crazy stuff like 4 hours, 5 hours. It depends. And it's like, should your body be under for that long? Should your body go through that for that long? Especially when you are already doing so much to your body. Like, with cosmetic surgery, you are altering your body. So, it's so sad, because I was looking at her video and she definitely seems to be a very lively person. Doesn't necessarily mean she was the most confident, though. And that's one thing I think we all understand. I don't know everyone's ages, but sometimes people with their outer appearance, and they can seem confident and they can seem like, they got it going on, internally, they can be very insecure. they could worry too much about what other people think. You know what I mean? And they want that constant gratification because I'm sure she constantly has been told her whole life she's a beautiful girl. So, maybe she felt like she needed to get that back. I don't know, but I just know it's sad. It's sad. And so, even with me not knowing her, it was definitely like one of those things where I was like, damn, this is a crazy ass situation. And I wouldn't wish this on anyone. I don't care if it was my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Now, speaking of worst enemies or whatever the case may be, Azealia Banks. Yeah, Azealia Banks. Let me start off by saying Azealia Banks, like, I love her music. No bullshit. I love her music. I love her house music. She is truly the one who brought house music back. I love the big beat, the big beats. I love Licorice. I love a lot of her songs. Like, truly, not only are they good workout songs, but I love her music. In my opinion, she does not get a lot of credit for the music that she creates. She is definitely underrated as far as her music is concerned. Well, considering the fact that everybody is shocked by what happened. Hey, tragically, hey, considering this, everyone is shocked and everyone is even giving their condolences, but not Azealia. Azealia decided to go to her page and go in. So let me just read to you some of the stuff that she was saying. So with that, she says, I don't think anyone gets how much the press from that episode derailed the success of Anna Wintour. I came to sing my song and go home and only at the request of my label. Then the stupid Butch, which I think she was saying, oh, okay, she's saying Butch Queens. The stupid Butch Queens on stage behind me basically making a mockery of it being a gay song. Fake voguing behind me in their do-rags like they aren't all raging homosexuals, okay? Then another one says, that thorn in my side finally is out. No way in hell I was blessed with this many gifts, this much talent and beauty to be a cultural punching bag for a cast of peons who wouldn't have a pot to piss in if they didn't have the court of social justice addicts to gesture for. I do this in real life, dick lickers. Ha ha. Ashe. Then she starts off by saying, damn. And I'm probably reading this in not in order, but this is the worst part. Damn. DC Young Fly spent years disguising his own deeply rooted hatred of self as jokes pointed at women's beauty, projecting his own feelings about his own ugliness onto women perfectly secure in their own skin. Say what you want about my tears. They were pure tears of rage and not at all a sign of weakness. Now, this is going back to when Azealia Banks was on Wildin' Out and DC Young Fly went in on her. I don't know if you guys remember that, but she was on Wildin' Out, and they thought, because one thing about Azealia Banks, when she typically goes in on people via social media, she reads them. She goes in. She's a wordsmith, but she's a wordsmith with her pen and her creativity that way. But I just don't think she's one of those people who off the dome can do things like Wildin' Out. So with that, she left there really upset. And she even said that certain statements that were made were colorist and things like that. So I'm just giving you like a recap on why she's going in. So she said, okay, so she said, say what you want about my tears. They were pure tears of rage and not at all a sign of weakness, because in the end, I won. I'm happy I cried and moved on. That Jacky old girl must have been so deeply insecure about herself, and the nerve of DC to call such a gorgeous woman as Azealia Banks ugly on national television while a bunch of Black people laughed. And then, hold on, y'all, because it gets deep. And ironically, dead at 32, exactly on my 32nd birthday, May 31st, 2023, in Miami, Florida. You ninjas, excuse me, I'm reading it verbatim. So, ninjas, you already know, are going to learn to stop effing with me. I'm not monetized, but fucking with me. I normally don't say the N word, but ninjas. So, I'm reading it verbatim. This is what she said, okay? So, in other words, she pretty much is implying that it's karma. Okay? That's the way it's coming across to me. Now, let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do you feel like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, of course, wrong timing for her to say stuff like this, but she's pretty much, she's still hurt over the show. But the fact that she said calling a black woman ugly on national television while a bunch of black people laughed, and ironically, dead at 32, exactly on my 32nd birthday, May 31st, 2023, in Miami, Florida. You ninjas are going to learn to stop effing with me. So you interpret it that way too, that she's saying this is karma. This is karma. Mind you, there are 3 babies involved. Okay. Now, this is, ugh, I don't know. Like, Azealia can be her own worst enemy. And sometimes, again, like, oh gosh, like, when I saw that and I was reading, I said, what in the hell? Like, why? Why do you have to go there so soon? But even in general, why do you have to go there? You know what I mean? Like, why? Why? Hey, Steph. Hey, brother. Hey, what pulls my teeth? Um, Clearly she's still hurt from the show because she definitely feels like she got embarrassed on that show. And let's be clear. Okay, here. Two truths can coexist. Could it be because I want to say DC Young Fly did call her ugly? He called her ugly. In my opinion, Azealia Banks is not ugly. She is not a ugly girl. Like, if you just, we're not talking about how she acts or whatever case may be. If walking down the street, Azealia is not an ugly girl. Do we have colorism issues and things like that in our community? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The black and brown community in general, we have issues with that. But again, that was DC Young Fly. Okay? That was him. That has nothing to do with Jacky O. I don't think Jacky O made any nasty comments about Azealia. And DC Young Fly is a comedian. Did he probably go below the belt? Yeah, but what comedian doesn't go below the belt? But it's your job to make a comeback and go off on him, or just don't be on the show, but to pretty much imply like, yeah, how this happened on my birthday, on my 32nd birthday, y'all gonna stop effing with me. It's like, whoa. Okay, hold on, me. You said, hey, Antoinette, let me hold on. The sad part is DC really didn't go in the way we all know he could have. Facts. True. But again, that's one thing about wilding out. You have to be quick on your feet with the roasting. It's not one of those things where you have time. Because see, Azealia Banks is good with roasting when she has time to think and she got that pen or she got that, the keypad. Like, she can roast and she'll hit you and cut you deep. But you got to be able to think on your feet when you're dealing with wilding out. It's a roast show. So if someone's roasting you, you got to come up with something to roast them immediately, like roast them right back. That's what the show was all about. And she wasn't prepared. He was going in and she was like, that was colorist. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it may have been colorist, but at the same time, you got to come back. It's like, honey, it was a reach to say that the reason why her career didn't go anywhere was because of that, behind that show. No, sweetie, she's a reason career. And that's the thing. She can be her own worst enemy. And like I always say, like, I'm into astrology, not to like obsess with it, but I'm into it. And there's a positive side and a dark side of every zodiac sign. Azealia is a Gemini. Geminis can be their own worst enemy sometimes when they're on the dark side. Hence, Kanye West, Gemini. And if you look at the history of some of the Geminis that we have had, they are rebels. Sometimes they're rebel without a cause. You don't understand why they're doing some of the things that they're doing. That is Azealia. Kanye West is the same way. Some other Geminis, Tupac Shakur, rest in peace. Ice Cube. Like, we can name some Geminis, and today's is Prince's birthday. R.I.P. Prince. He definitely had Gemini tendencies. You heard stories that sometimes he was one way, other times he was another way. So Azealia Banks, but again, everyone that I just mentioned, creative as hell. They are all creative, and their pen game and their creative ability is no joke. I think that's what makes them super, super creative. But at the same time, they can be their own worst enemy. And she definitely is her own worst enemy, because the girl is talented. I still listen to her music. I still listen to it. The girl is talented. The girl is talented. There are a lot of people who have been motivated by Azealia Banks bringing back house music. For example, didn't Beyonce shout Azealia out and say that Azealia was an inspiration, and Azealia came back saying, like, Beyonce, why you copying my style or whatever? I think if Beyonce sat up there and said something about Azealia and her inspiration behind house music, the girl is very talented, but she can be her own worst enemy. There's more stuff there's more stuff in the news about the negative stuff she says versus the positive stuff she does. Now, granted, could that also be the fact that this industry is not that kind to chocolate women? It can be a mixture of that and the stuff that she says. But yeah, she could be her own worst enemy. I figure she must have felt really humiliated over what happened back then. She should have kept those thoughts to herself, though. Yeah, she should have, because it's like, you can't even in you being hurt and humiliated, anybody in their right state of mind can't give you an excuse for what you said. What you just said about how ironically this happens on your birthday and this happens on your 32nd birthday, and y'all ninjas gonna stop effing with me. Like, no one can make you, there's no excuse for that. We've all been humiliated and hurt before, but you should never have a situation where you feel like you're almost kind of say karma got you back, DC, over your partner losing her life over cosmetic surgery and leaving 3 babies behind. Like, like, I could say if karma could be he got fired. You know what I'm saying? And he not working right now. But not that. That ain't karma. Like, that's the I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. She reminds me of Jeff's episode when Lang or X shows up jealous and feeling entitled to his lifestyle, and he told her that he had that because of Wheezy. Yeah, like, it's child, y'all taking it back. Y'all taking it back to the Jeffersons. I'm like, yes, but yeah. And she had to include it was her birthday. On her 32nd birthday, and the fact that, Jacky O lost her life at 32. Is Johnny Blaze a Gemini? Is she a Gemini? Because that would explain it too. Because I hear that she's super talented, but she can be her own worst enemy too. And she directed all her energy on DC on the show. She better stop playing before the same karma she speaks of comes full circle. I'm telling you, this is why you shouldn't be you can't wish bad on people. You can't wish bad on people. And let me tell you something. You can't wish bad on people, and you can't try to force bad to happen on people. I'm one of those people where people do me wrong. At the end of the day, let God handle it. Like, I'm not about to have vengeance in my heart to want something to happen to someone. Like, that's just what it is. And trust me, it's people done did me dirty, but amazing creative, but a tortured soul, it seems. Yeah, listen, Azealia was an ish for what she said, but you can't tell someone how mad to get once they feel disrespected. And Jacky O is light skinned, so there's that. With Azealia, you know where she stands. Okay. All right, brother. So let's take it there. So you feel that what she said, wow, you know what I'm saying, she ain't right for what she said, but because she was mad about the show that happened years ago, you feel like, hey, if she's still mad, you can't really tell her how and what to say, pretty much. You know what I mean? Oh, we getting on B Simone next, brother. We getting on B Simone. She's next because we gonna take it from Jacky O update to Azealia to B Simone. Oh, we going there. That's what I'm saying. Like I said before, you guys came in here. This season is about either people exposing themselves or other people getting tired of people's shit and exposing people. This is the month, the year, I don't know, of exposure. People getting exposed left and right. They really are. Cause what you wish on? Oh yeah, yeah. Sound like she wishes it wished it and it came true. Don't it though? It just whew. So Johnny Blaze is a Gemini. Okay, that explains it. Again, worst enemy. They can be their own worst enemy. But I heard she plays the piano. She plays several instruments. She can sing. She can do it all. She can do it all. Johnny Blaze. So she a Gemini. Yeah, that Gemini got to stay under control. But again, here's another thing too. Look at the how ironic it is that Kanye West, in all of his Gemini ways, has constantly got pass after pass after pass. But you notice the Gemini women don't really get that pass. I mean, let's just keep it real because Kanye has definitely done a lot of shit for years and he has constantly got a pass to be able to start over. And because he's such a creative genius, but I would have to say these women are creative geniuses too, but they don't get the opportunities. Um, oh yeah, we gonna get on B Simone. Yeah, it's the year of finding out. You better say that, Tragically Delicious. You damn right. This is the year of a lot of stuff coming out. Well, Tack will show you that you shouldn't say that in public. It's one thing to be mad and she can have that, but Jacky death ain't had nothing to do with his karma. Right. Right. Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, yeah, I've heard that. I don't think I follow Johnny Blaze, but we clearly know that she's known for more of her drama than her talent. And unfortunately, I don't know if that has a lot to do with her starting off on a reality show. And one thing, besides Cardi B, you don't really have that many people who can be like extremely successful. Well, I guess K Michelle. Who else from a reality show became super successful as far as their music career? And it was due to them being on that reality show. It ain't that many. It ain't that many. Yeah, you know what? We have, well, especially this last situation we have, but again, Kanye has had so many antics and he's always been able to do a redo. So many antics and always been able to do a redo. And I think that's also the patriarchy in this world, also, is that men are able to get more leeway than women. I mean, that's just what it is. Yes, well said. I used to follow her, but I could do the twerking videos. The first thing I see every time. Oh, she constantly twerking. See, yeah, yeah. She's another one that I think does a lot of surgeries and stuff too. Like, didn't she have? I could have sworn I saw a video of her on Dr. Curves and she was getting like her abs done or something like that. Like, I didn't even know. I think she was the first one. I was like, that's a thing where you can actually get like they can create a six pack for you. I was like, wait a minute. Hey Dustin, hey. How you doing? So yeah. Um who you talking about? Who's CB? Am I tripping? Who's CB? You talking about Cardi? Well, Cardi to me is the most successful out of all of them because she actually got the Grammys and all of that stuff. Now, I guess what is the version of success? Because I don't think Cardi writes her own lyrics and stuff. I know K Michelle actually not only writes her own lyrics, but I want to say that she even does, the piano and stuff like that. So sometimes, even though Cardi appears to have more success or more followers or whatever the case may be, sometimes the people who are more independent and write their own lyrics and stuff, they're actually making more money. I don't think Cardi writes her own lyrics, but y'all can correct me on that if it's true or not. I don't know. I've never bought a Cardi album. I've listened to her songs, but from my understanding, she does not write her own lyrics. Um, He sweat nobody. Yeah, Candy was already in Escape and she had already wrote for TLC, Destiny's Child. I think she got more successful in her other businesses outside of music when she got on the show. But the music part was already solidified for her. It was already there. Um oh, sorry, my bad. Because I was like, who is CP? She's naturally a thick one, but she definitely had more surgeries. Yeah, you talking about Johnny Blaze? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. But I have gotten cussed out before when I say there are far more talented people who have not had the success. To me, in my opinion, you look back at the 70s, the 80s, and even like the early 90s or so, in my opinion, you truly had the most talented of the talented who were still on the top of the charts. It was like, that's why I used to love watching award shows back in the day, because you would have Michael, Whitney, Prince, Janet, and all of these people in the same category, Anita Baker, and everybody in the same category. And you like, who the hell is going to win? Because we just literally had that much talent, and that talent was still the popular people. They were still the popular people. Now, I haven't watched an award show in so long because it's just like, I don't even care anymore. We don't have that. So, to me, in my opinion, the most talented people, they got the more recognition. Now it seems like the most talented people don't get the recognition. Jasmine Sullivan. Jasmine Sullivan, in my opinion, is one of the baddest vocalists that we got in this generation. That girl is no joke. Does she get the credit though? No, she doesn't. I think Silk Sonic had the best album that I have heard in the past, 4 or 5 years. Did they get the credit like that though? No. DC joked on Azealia for being dark skinned, married a light skinned woman who, in some way, was insecure about her body, but I don't want to say it like that because I'm not trying to body shame. Look, we can have, look, brother, you already know how I am. As long as it's respectful, we can agree to disagree. I'm probably going to open up the panel tonight if you want to discuss it, because look, colorism is a real thing. It's a real thing, damn it. So it is what it is. Cardi B has sponsorships. That's where her money really comes from. Okay, got you. I mean, everyone in this industry has a writer. Yeah, almost everyone, but I would say the Neos, the Jasmine Sullivans, there's still some people who put pen to pad and write their own stuff. And I think K. Michelle is still one of those people too, I think. She got Reebok. Oh yeah, Fashion Nova, yeah. Because she had already had 1 million followers before she even got on Love and Hip Hop. So her popularity got her a lot of those deals, not necessarily her music. So then let's go to someone else exposing themselves. B. Simone. B. Simone. Now look, damn it. I don't again, you guys got to understand. A lot of these people I had to do research on because I was like, who the hell is B. Simone? Now, I had heard B. Simone's name a couple years back, and she was apparently on some fraudulent stuff when she was lying about things that she claimed she wrote, or she was taking credit for other people's stuff. That's what I heard. Now again, that's the only thing I've heard. I have not followed B. Simone. Don't know who this girl is, but what I do know is that her name surfaced again on some F shit. Okay. So it appears that Miss B. Simone literally was promoting almost like a way act. She was trying to promote to have her fans pay for access to her grieving process in regards to Jacky Up. So pretty much she was telling, I guess, her actual followers that if you want to see me grieve, you have to pay to see the grieving process. I like, when I read this, I was like, I'm confused. First of all, are we living in a world where there will be acts? First of all, are we living in a world where people will actually pay for that shit? Are we really in a world where we have that many sheep out there that would be willing to pay to watch her grieve about her hold on, her quote unquote friend's death. Okay? Now, this is supposed to be her friend, which is why I say all the time in this industry, you ain't really got no friends. You'd be lucky to have maybe one or two people who are your ride or die genuine friends, okay? But she truly was trying to get people, and I don't know if she's taking it down. I don't even know if she's even made a comment on it. A lot of people are going in on her ass, and rightfully so. But pretty much, she wanted people to pay for access as she grieves her friend Jackie O's passing. So I'm just trying to figure out what goes through your mind to do something like that. That wasn't your friend, sweetheart. Like that was not your friend. There's no way in hell. No way in hell. Yeah. Like I was just like, huh? And you didn't think, okay, real talk. She had to know. She had to know people were going to post about this. So whether it was a publicity stunt or not, you're trifling either way for doing this. What do you mean they already paid to be in her close friends? Me, she has a type of membership or something to be her close friend. Like she's paying people to be her close friend. I'm confused. Let me know. Let me know, boo. Let me know what that means. Because again, I don't follow this woman. I was just doing my research and I was like, I cannot believe this is going down. But yeah, it is the weirdest. I was speechless. I went from B Simone to Azealia to B Simone. And I was just like, I don't understand what is going on right now. Yeah, there is no humanity left. None. She's been doing the close friend things for a while. Okay, so what you're saying me is that she has a membership to be her close friend. So people pay to be her close friend, I guess, on a website or something. That's what you're saying? So in other words, she got enough sheep that would just probably do it. She has sheep out there who are willing to pay to see her grieving process. And what the fuck, excuse me. Okay, look, I ain't monetized. I don't care. What the fuck does the grieving process look like? What are you watching? How is that even, how do you even do something like that? What is that process? Will you just watch her cry? What do you do? And you're trying to monetize off of this woman, like, mind blowing. Mind blowing. Like I said, I didn't know who she was. She already had issues with people questioning her integrity and morals and values years back. And here we go again. So I don't know. Okay, so yes, I think she does her podcast stuff on here. I believe her timing and her wording was wrong. Shit. Timing, wording, all like she shouldn't have did it. She shouldn't have did it. Period. She shouldn't have did it. Probably somebody crying and looking in the camera like they usually do. Yeah. And that, again, I mean, I know we all are on social media. Help, I'm on social media, but I just never understood people who, it's one thing if you're talking and in the process of you talking, you may start crying. It's organic and it's flowing. But you see so many people, it's like, okay, lights, camera, action. Okay, let me make sure the tears is coming down before I put the camera on. Like we live in a sick ass world today where people will do anything to get attention. Anything to get attention, good or bad. Like I'm one of those people, like I see people all the time also trying to give stories about their humanity and how somebody, was trying to give them money, but instead they turned around and gave them a couple $100. Stories like that. And I'm thinking like, do we need to know that? Shouldn't that be for you? Shouldn't that be for you? Like, why does social media need to know that you gave this person money? Why do we have to know that? Some things just keep to yourself. You don't need to show off about everything you do or every emotion you have. Like it's becoming a little crazy to me. And again, that's just my opinion, but it's becoming crazy. I haven't trusted her since her scamming ass stole that book from that. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. And one thing about me, I can't stand. Oof. It's like I said, I can't stand people running their mouth when I'm having conversations about them and they run their mouth about the business that I was discussing with them. I can't stand people like that. And I also do not like creative thieves. I don't think people who are not creatives understand how much hard work it is to create originality, original stuff. People can say there's nothing new under the sun, but that typically comes from people who just don't have creativity. There is a way you can find inspiration, but there's a way to be creative to where you can put your own creative spin on it where it looks original. But people who blatantly just copy people's shit, I can't respect it. I cannot respect it. I hope Jackie O's ghost comes in the middle night. Who are you talking about, brother? Are you talking about both of them? Or are you talking about B Simone? Exactly me. One thing about Teeth gonna have you busting up laughing. I'm sure you know that already, though. But she always seems to get it wrong. I get it. She's young and learning and trying to get her foot in all things. But she needs to really and truly have an awakening before something happens. Who are you talking about? Because honestly, you kind of saying for both Azealia and B Simone. That what you're saying goes for both of them. Really, what you say goes for both of them. You know what I mean? Hell, and what's B Simone? Look, is she a Gemini too? It would be crazy if her ass a Gemini too. It would be crazy if she's a Gemini. But yeah, so first things first. Again, pray for Jackie O, family. Her kids. But what I hate is that we're living in a world that the internet, whatever's on the internet, it stays there forever. So I can't imagine once her kids get to a certain age where they can start looking at this stuff. I can't even imagine how it's going to make them feel, because they're probably gonna look at it. I mean, they're probably gonna look at it. You know what I mean? Because they probably don't even understand and can even grasp what happened to their mother. I'm sure they're too young. One is only 11 months, 10 months old. They're too young to understand why mommy is gone. So eventually, if someone doesn't explain it to them, or even if they do, they're going to go to the internet to look and see all of this stuff. And they're going to be able to look at the things that Azealia said and B Simone said. But yeah, it can. She's an Aries. Same difference. Yeah, there's dark sides and positive sides on all zodiac signs. A dark sided Aries can be very selfish and self-centered, very selfish and self-centered, and very stubborn as hell, and they think they know everything. So yeah, very, very selfish. But yeah, so with that being said, let's get into because we talked about Jackie O. I'm be honest with you. I'm gonna pray for everybody in this situation. And guess what? I'm praying for Azealia and B Simone too, because they need some prayers. Because I don't get it. I don't get it. I wouldn't want that type of karma in my world, to try to imply that either one, it was karma because of someone passing, or better yet, I wouldn't want that karma in my world to try to capitalize off of someone's passing. Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't want that. But yeah, positive energy to everyone, because it's getting crazy. And I'm sure right now Azealia done been roasted before, but B Simone's getting roasted again. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And that just shows you maybe people love the fact that whether good or bad, all publicity is good publicity for them. For me, it's not. It's not. I hate that, especially stories where people are saying DC didn't love her and was rude to her. Yeah, I saw that too, and I'm trying to figure out where they got that from. Is there video out there of him being rude? Because I'm confused. Is there video of him not being the nicest of nice to her, or was he joking? I mean, DC Young Fly is a comedian, but he can also come out off as a vulgar, straight to the point, hit you in your gut type of comedian too. So I don't know. And you guys let me know if you've seen something that was questionable, because I've heard that, but since I didn't really see any evidence of that, I was just like, okay, well, that's people talking right now and possibly doing clickbait Just like people were saying that he made this big old statement or was on IG live. And I was just like, really? And the crazy part about it is all of these people are getting views off of that. They're getting these views. And it's like, but it's not true. Like, if they claiming he did an IG live, shouldn't you be able to find it on IG? Like, why are you automatically clicking on this stuff? But I guess. But yeah, so moving on. Prayers to everyone in that situation. Now, Jamie Foxx. And it's so crazy how baby girl was definitely like, can we do a dive on this Jamie Foxx situation? And I told her that I wanted to do my research on stuff first before I just completely started talking about it. But ironically, there's some more information that came out today. I was on Make It Make Sense page, and there were allegations that allegedly Jamie Foxx is paralyzed and blind. And literally, I was just like, what in the hell is going on? So he played a video in regards to Dr. Drew and some other gentleman who was talking about Jamie Foxx. And so, I mean, here's the thing. Let's just do a recap on this situation, because it is, first of all, Jamie Foxx, again, is somebody who is multi-talented. But so April 11th, okay, April 11th, we received an announcement from his daughter, Corinne, that he had a medical complication. Okay. And so with, okay, I don't know where that was. Sorry, you guys. But pretty much saying, luckily, due to quick action and great care, he's on his way to recovery. And then April 12th, pretty much, they were talking about how he was filming a film called Back in Action alongside with Cameron Diaz for Netflix. And of course, they paused the film once he had his medical complication. Then on the 13th, Cameron Diaz resumes filming with the Jamie Foxx body double. Okay, this is all allegedly just based off of the reports and everything. So literally on 11th, he had the complication. 2 days later, apparently Cameron Diaz is resuming filming with the body double. Then on the 23rd or around the 23rd, okay, Nick Cannon reveals Jamie Foxx is awake and alert. Okay. Now, for me personally, I don't take word from other celebrities or whatever the case may be. Like, my opinion, if I don't hear from their family or if I don't hear from the celebrity themselves, but I'm just like that in general. I just, again, but if I don't hear from the family or I don't hear from Jamie, I was just like, okay, that's what you're saying. Fine. We hope that's the case, but let him tell it. He said that, he's alert. So then May 3rd, they had this big thing about Jamie Foxx breaking his silence, but he didn't break his silence. It just said, appreciate all the love, feeling blessed on his IG page. Now, we all damn know that can be anyone who typed that. His publicist, his manager, his daughter, we don't know. It's not like we actually saw him on live. He just did a post. Okay. So with that, so there's an actual May 3rd, Nick Cannon and Kelly Osbourne named fill-in host for Beat Shazam, I guess. I guess that Jamie is supposed to be the host of Beat Shazam, excuse me. And so with that, this is just all the timeline what's been going on. And I haven't been actually following. Well, I've been following it, but I've been silent on it because, again, I haven't seen Jamie. Has there even been a picture of Jamie? Like, nothing. We haven't heard anything from him. So then on May 5th, they're saying Jamie Foxx is stable and not in a life-threatening situation. Okay, that's what they're saying. And then on May 12th, Corinne says that Jamie Foxx has been out of the hospital for weeks. Okay. And then May 15th, they're saying that Jamie gets a new show, and Corinne pretty much announced a new show, and it's called We Are Family, coming in 2024. And Fox Family is headed back to, Fox TV, and pretty much it's like an unscripted show. okay, with Corinne and Jamie. And then May 15th, they're saying that Jamie's relatives were spotted visiting a rehabilitation facility. And that was in Chicago. And then May 16th, Mike Tyson comes into play saying that, Jamie Foxx will play him in a biopic. But he's unsure if he is going to continue to play him, which low key, Jamie Foxx would be the best option. He could really play a Mike Tyson. He really could. Like, he would be the best option. So yeah, and then June 1st, Nick Cannon says Jamie Foxx will speak about illness when he's ready. Why is Nick Cannon talking about this? Have we ever known Nick Cannon and Jamie Foxx to be that tight? Have they ever worked together? Someone let me know, because I'm trying to figure out why why Nick keeps talking about this. What's the connection? Like, what is the connection? Because I'm just like, why do you keep talking? Why, do you guys do business together, or what's the tea with you guys? So all of this, I say that literally within the past 2 months, we have been hearing from everyone else but Jamie. Now, granted, everybody keeps alleging it could have been a stroke. It could have been, an aneurysm, so many things where maybe he is too weak and he's going through therapy to get himself together. As we know, especially in the Hollywood game, people like to come out with perfection. Even if they're going through something, they don't want people to see them go through something. And then again, it just could be something where their family is like, he needs his private time. He doesn't need to focus on any of that, which I totally get as well. But at the same time, it's like this, I don't know, it just feels weird. Now, granted, yes, we do have people who have medical, procedures and medical illnesses that happen suddenly, but it seems like everyone else is talking. We haven't even got a thumbs up from Jamie or nothing. So let me see. It's way too many stories going on with him. Yeah. People who have a bad stroke generally are okay. So in other words, you said typically it's about a month or so that they're out. I don't know. Let's not even hope that that's the case. But again, if you guys want to sit up there and go into that deep dive, just if you come up here, just say allegedly. So I can't believe there hasn't been any leaks. Like, what the hell? You mean leaks as far as in the hospital? Yeah, because honestly, let's not pretend like we're lacking humanity now. Keep in mind, we're in a situation where we're lacking humanity. We have had so many people. We have had people who had leaked Rihanna's picture with that Chris Brown situation that wasn't supposed to be leaked. We done had the elevator scandal with Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Solange that wasn't supposed to be leaked. You kind of have a point there. Because it ain't like everybody's ethical, even at hospitals and rehabilitation centers. Why hasn't anyone been able to snap a picture and be able to send it to a TMZ or something like that? Because we know TMZ typically gets it all. So why hasn't that happened yet? You got a point there. Because we literally have seen almost every freaking scandal or rumor come out in some kind of way. Some kind of way. But again, it could be that, they have him in a rehabilitation center where I could see them only having certain medical people that have access to wherever he's located in there, where if someone did leak it, it's only so many people that could have done it. You know what I mean? So maybe it's like that. Maybe it's so tight that it's not like there's several people, like it may only be 4 people. It may be 2 doctors and 2 nurses, or a physical therapist or whatever. It could be that it's so tight, people, they're not going to risk it. Maybe that's the case, but you got a point. Like, we have seen a little bit of everything. And wait, what you say, me? And the daughter saying he was just playing a game when 2 days prior he was hospitalized. Oh yeah, she says something. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know about that. But here's the thing. I heard allegedly they were also saying on that Dr. Drew video that they were trying to say that he had high blood pressure. Again, I don't know if that's true. That's what I saw on that video, that they were saying he allegedly had high blood pressure. So, the high blood pressure is a sneak attack. We all know that. That's a sneak attack. So, and again, Corinne is protecting her father. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think they did mention something like that. And it was like something that severe, 2 days, yeah. So I don't know. It's just weird. It's like not even a thumbs up, not nothing. Like it's just a weird situation. So I would love to see what your takes are on it. Just again, say allegedly, allegedly what you think is going on. But it's a scary situation. Jamie Foxx is so talented. And honestly, I have never on a fan basis, now I don't know on a business side, but on a fan basis, every person that I have seen or mentioned Jamie Foxx and they have been excited to see him because they were a fan have always said he was a very nice guy. I haven't heard anything bad about Jamie Foxx ever. As far as him being approached or whatever the case may be, I've never heard it. So this is an unfortunate situation, and I truly hope that Jamie Foxx, the real Jamie Foxx, does get better. I really do. But we can definitely take a deep dive when I bring up the panel. But yeah, it's just a lot of stuff. Okay, like hold on. It also could all be done at his home, like zero info from anyone. Yeah, it's quiet. Me got a crush on Jamie Foxx. No, I'm just playing. He's talented and fine. It's still fine to this day. I met him once downtown NYC and he was nice. Yeah, I've never heard anything bad. Like I've always heard that he's very approachable. What's scary is if it was a stroke or other vascular issues, he's fit as if it can get him. Wait, hold on. What's scary is if it was a stroke or other vascular, he's fit as if it can get. So what do you mean by that? I'm confused. It's okay, me. It's okay if you got a crush on Jamie Foxx. It's all right. It's all right. But yeah, like explain that to me, Tragically Delicious. But we're gonna fit. Saying that he's fit as okay. So in other words, the fact that he's fit. Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, because being fit is doesn't mean anything either. Which, interesting enough, they try to say with exercise and everything else, you can lower your blood pressure, but let them tell it he had it and he was apparently on medication for it. So that just tells you that even being fit, you can still have high blood pressure and things like that. If that's actually true, you can still have those issues. Because stress, no matter how fit you are, stress can be a mofo. I don't care how much you work out. If life is stressing you out, you can still have complications. Stress can do a lot to the body. A lot. And I think we all know that. And that's exactly what I just said. That's exactly what I just said. Stress don't care. Stress don't care what you look like at all. It doesn't. It does not. Yeah, but be a woman, have 5 extra pounds. Yeah. Man, the whole situation with man and different. I mean, we live in a patriarchal society, so you know how that is. Sleep apnea can cause drug resistant. Who has sleep apnea? Are you just saying in general? Yeah. The heart, a lot, it can attack all parts of the body. But with that, we could definitely talk about that on the panel. But child, before I get into Misa, Wendy Williams' son comes out saying that his mom is in trouble. And allegedly, I found out that, before I got on, that apparently she's back in rehab. Allegedly. Child, this is an example. This is truly an example of how a man that's not good for you could truly bring you down. Like, this is truly an example. When I tell you Wendy Williams was someone who was on her A game. I remember Wendy Williams, and I know my New Yorkers in the chat, WBLS. Okay. Some people only know Wendy Williams from her Wendy Williams show, but honey, Wendy Williams go way back. Wendy Williams go way back even before WBLS. Wendy Williams was on, was it Hot 97? Then she went to Philly. Then she came back. Wendy Williams has been a legend in the TV game, but she was a legend way before that in the radio game. She was a legend. A legend, okay? And even based off of her own movie, she implied from the get-go that that ex-husband of hers was a leech. You know what I mean? Looking at that movie, like he was pursuing her heavy, and at that time she already had a name. Okay? Now, with that, we clearly see where it took Wendy. And allegedly, rumor has it, Wendy knew for a very long time what he was doing. For a very long time. But her thing was she was going to keep everything quiet or hush hush. You know what I'm saying? Like but she knew for a very long time. I that baby clearly probably was the breaking point, but she knew for a very long time the stuff that he was doing. Again, allegedly. But yeah, so with that, this is an example. Not only is she an example, but just how her looks change and everything. Stress of a man and stress in general can make your body go through so many changes. Like, for example, Erica Mena is another example. When she was on that Love and Hip Hop reunion, when she was talking about her and Safari ending a relationship, and they were doing a side-by-side comparison of Erica Mena and what she looked like back then and what she looked like after Safari, I honestly did not know that was her. I did not know that was her. And that's the same thing with Wendy. You look at Wendy and you look at side-by-side comparisons. You even look at Wendy back in her early radio days before, the surgeries and stuff like that. Like, I know she's had her boobs done for years, but Wendy was a cute girl. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't ugly. People can talk about her shape all she want, but she wasn't an ugly girl. It's as like time went on, like the stress really got to her. Yeah, Erica looks drained, and so does Wendy Williams. But to hear this saying that, he feels that his mother is near, like to the point near death, that's, oh my gosh, that's a sad, sad situation. And saying that, yeah, they're saying allegedly it's alcohol abuse, and that she checks into a treatment center for it. Now, I know that her son was in the news not too long ago about getting evicted from his like $1 million condo or something like that. And people were even alleging then that even the son was taking advantage of, what I'm saying, the money that his mother had, because apparently that's why I guess they shut down his finances on her end, because people were saying that she would never allegedly give him that type of expensive condo when he's just a kid in college. But it's a sad situation. Honestly, I don't know if there's anyone in her camp that can be fully trusted at this point. And God, like, we just all hope that we will never be in a situation like Wendy. Like, never. But this is a true tale of someone really being at the top of their game, because it was her talent that created it. Wendy was the first one to truly be the gossip queen, to truly give the allegedlys and all of the so-called secrets of the industry and stuff. She was truly that girl. She was the first one to do it all. She was the first one to do it all. So to see this and to see, what I'm saying, how high she went by doing that. And then remember, they didn't think her Wendy Williams show was going to be successful. They thought she was going to have to come back to radio. Remember that. They was doubting her capability, and then that became a success. And then all of this shit comes out when it comes to that man, and next thing you know, Wendy goes downhill. Downhill. Yeah. Yeah. What is a queen without her king? A historically more powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like, because literally, if we look at all of the powerful, successful women in this game, a lot of their downfalls have been through men. It's sad to freaking say, but I'm like, you find me some exceptions to the rules. Find me some, please, because I'm looking at a lot of them where I'm just like, good grief, this is scary. Mary J. Blige, Wendy Williams, like we got a lot. We got a lot. Yeah, started to pass out on camera and then started to say weird stuff on freaking camera where it was just like heartless and stuff she was saying. Because remember what happened when she was like, come on down, and we was like, what the hell is she talking about? She truly was like breaking in front of our eyes. The Safari did her dirty. Yeah, yeah. And Erica Mena, beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. But again, outside beauty means nothing if you don't have that internal beauty and you don't believe in your, you know what I'm saying, your power, and you know what I'm saying, you don't have that confidence within yourself. Outside beauty don't mean shit. Yeah. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, she was the one who pushed him away, but saying she didn't want him there. It for him to actually stand on it was disgusting. You talking about Safari and Erica, or are you talking about Wendy? I don't know which one you're talking about, but yeah, prayers out to Wendy. Like, to me, to be quite honest, you want to know the best comeback story? It would be Wendy. It would be Wendy. Okay, Camille, you just spoke a word. You just spoke a word. And I think that's why a lot of us are like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we can have our fun, we can go out, you know what I'm saying? We can mix and mingle, but you're going to have to be really worthy for me to take that title away from me, because I don't want the drama. I don't want the drama, because women are natural nurturers. We're natural nurturers. And the wrong man can either like, yeah, I get it. I get it. This is why you see so many women either completely drained and at the point of no return, or they're snapping. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you have shows called Snap, because women get to the point where they're fed up. But yeah, Safari was Erica's comment for how she did sin. Well, you know, some people have said that. Oh, so far, oh, okay. All right. So you saying that's Nikki, that's a karma when it comes to Safari and Nikki situation. But yeah, so the biggest comeback story for me is Wendy Williams coming back on top. She come back on top after all of this stuff, because this has been going on for years. That would be the biggest comeback story probably ever. What other comeback story it would be better than a Wendy Williams? And who really has gone this far down and had a comeback story? I don't think we've had one, especially in our community. I don't think we have. So if she is able to come back from all of this, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, a lot of people don't like Wendy. No, she's not perfect. She has definitely done some trifling stuff in her career. But again, I don't wish bad on anyone. If she's able to come back from this, it will probably be a standing ovation. It really would. Yeah, no one could do Wendy but Wendy. Wendy is the talent. She is the reason why you have so many YouTube pages. Okay? Like, if it wasn't for Wendy having normal conversation on the radio, like she was just talking to a homegirl and talking about what she heard and stuff, like you listened to Wendy because it was almost like you sat down talking to your homegirl on the phone or chilling at dinner and you just gossiping about what's going on in the world. Wendy started that. You know what I mean? And no one has been able to do it better than her. That's just the facts. People have tried, people have gotten, you know, some success, but not to the point of Wendy. So to see her go down this way, you know what I'm saying? If she comes back, baby, I will give her a standing ovation, damn it. I will give her a standing ovation. I'll be one of the first ones trying to get a ticket for the Wendy Williams show if she ever get her show back. Yeah, you may be right, me. You may be right. You may be right. But anywho, so let's get on to Misa, which is interesting how all of this is kind of flowing, except for the Jamie Foxx. But you know, Wendy Williams done talked about the Misas and the Kim Porters and the Diddies before. She done talked about them all, child. She like, I don't know if anyone has ever been not touched by Wendy Williams that's in the urban community. But Misa, who literally has been, in my opinion, the most quiet and most laid back out of all the baby mamas of Diddy, child, she had her breaking point. I mean, she had her breaking point. So I'm sure you guys have heard the word that Justin, which is Misa and Diddy's son, actually got arrested for DUI. Okay. We heard that, he got arrested for DUI. Definitely wouldn't be the first time we heard about someone getting arrested for a DUI, and won't be the last. Damn sure won't be the first that we've heard a celebrity or celebrity child get a DUI. When I saw it, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, okay, well, he got a DUI. I'm glad he's safe or whatever. But moving on, his daddy got the money to bail him out. Child, next thing you know, Misa go on her Instagram page and goes completely off. Okay, completely off. And so, just to read some of it, she says everyone has to sit around for years and act like there isn't anything wrong with you. This where the buck stops for me. 100. Okay. So she says that. Then she says the statement of fish rot from the head down means that in addition to being a major contributing factor in a family or organization's success, leadership is also the root cause of its failure and demise. The truth shall set you free. Okay. And she says, I'm not protecting no one anymore, just my son. Okay. And literally, she goes on, I think she says one more thing. I think she says something like, act bad, bad boy. Now, this is when it really was like, okay, we clearly know who the hell you talking about now. Act bad, bad boy. I used to want to be a bad girl. I choose to be a queen, tried and true. I'm not perfect, but I am intentional. Okay. Once she said act bad and bad boy, and then she said that she should have kept her child with her and added F UCLA too. Okay. Child. Yeah, Misa. I don't know if any of Diddy's baby. One thing I will say is that Diddy's babies' mamas or women in general have always been hush hush. You haven't really heard anything from them, which made me say probably because they all had to sign NDAs for all we know. Shit. But Misa went off. And not only is she the first baby mama, but she's been the one who's kind of, just been behind the scenes. She wasn't someone who needs to be on camera constantly. She's into fashion. She definitely has been killing in the fashion game. I think her and Mary J. Blige are damn near like best friends. They're constantly with each other. But she's always been hush hush. The fact that she went off like that, baby, I was like, damn, like what in the hell happened? And more importantly, like, how can this be fixed at this point? Because again, once you put stuff out on the internet, it's there forever. Forever. So I don't know what happened. What's y'all theory about what happened? I'm kind of curious on what y'all think what happened, because at first, some of that stuff that I read, I was like, that could be about anyone. But when she said act bad, bad boy, and she used to want to be a bad girl, but she chose to be a queen. Who? And then I heard some tea, and again, this is all alleged, that apparently Misa and Kim, rest in peace to her, used to be really close. And I guess apparently when she moved to New York, like Misa took Kim under her wing or whatever the case may be, and was always telling, Misa that she's so pretty and she don't have to take the crap from Diddy and X, Y, and Z. And then she snuck in and took Diddy. That's the rumor. I didn't know that. Did y'all know that? I did not know that apparently Kim did a sneak attack on Misa, and they were friends at first. Well, you got a point. I don't know. I don't know, but I do know that she going off because you got a point. He is a grown man. I mean, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? I could see if he was 16 or hell, even 18, you know what I'm saying? Because, of course, like people in the industry and industry kids have more access to stuff than your average kids. But let's be clear, even your average kid can get access to alcohol. I mean, they can, you know what I'm saying? All it takes is, you know what I'm saying, them going to a party and a parent having, you know what I'm saying, like a bar of liquor, so I can see though if that was the case because, you are still under your parents', care and protection, but he is grown. He is grown, so I don't know. But all I know is that she decided to go off. And I don't know if something happened and it just was the timing of the actual DUI and the fact that she said that and people think it's about that, or maybe it's about something else. But what I do know is Misa has never, we don't have anything in history, I don't think, where Misa has actually even said anything about that man in a negative way. She don't speak on him. So the fact that she did that, I was just like, damn, like what the hell happened? She went from being quiet and not saying anything to just literally showing her ass on Instagram. And I was just like, damn, that's why I said we are at a time where people are just exposing people or exposing themselves left and right. Like, good grief. I'm like, if this is already, we only halfway into 2023. Because I'm like, shit, what else is about to come up? And if it's tea, why not just spill it? I hate when people start talking but leave out details or just don't say anything after starting drama. Yeah, yeah. Because it almost came off as if she was trying to bait the situation. Like, don't make me type of situation. That's almost the way that it came across. You know what I'm saying? But, I figure all of them were mute for a reason. All of them were quiet for a reason. So, the fact that she ain't staying quiet no more, I'm kind of like, girl, I don't know if that was a smart move. Like, I don't know if that was a smart move. One thing about Diddy has always, all of his women have never really come out about him. His artists have come out about him, but not the women. Not the women. Y'all let me know that if you've heard anything else, but not the women. The women don't do that. So I don't know what the hell happened, but baby, I was just like, what? And all of this that I'm talking about has literally happened in a matter of weeks. And hell, with Jamie Foxx, okay, like 2 months, but we just got a more of an update talking about that allegedly he's blind and paralyzed. I don't know. Of course, we don't have no proof of that. I wish people would stop wishing that type of stuff on him, though. I'll tell you that much. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. Now, if we don't hear for a couple of more months, we don't actually hear from Jamie Foxx, yeah, then I'm a really, really get concerned because it really has only been 2 months. What, April 11th? We're not even exactly at 2 months yet. We're not there yet. So, you know what I mean? But if it continues, but I would say by the end of the summer, if we haven't heard anything, I'm going to start getting concerned. I am. But with that being said, if you guys want to come up, give you guys a minute to give your opinions on all of the shit I talked about, child. I I don't know. Like, this is definitely a time where stuff is getting exposed. Teeth, brother, if you still in here, you definitely spoke your piece. Steph, baby girl, me, like I said, you guys are welcome to come up here, give your take on some of the stuff that I spoke about, what you've heard allegedly and what you feel allegedly, all of that good stuff. Because yeah, it was a lot today. It was a lot. Oh, and then as far as the Mary J. Blige, I know a couple of you guys were saying we should do a watch party. All of us are in different time zones. Teeth kind of gave an idea. I think you said that we can watch it on, but you said I think BET Plus, but I want to say it's a Lifetime movie. They don't show the Lifetime movies on BET Plus, right, Teeth? I don't think they do. So maybe we can try to figure out a watch party, or I'm just gonna have to give my review either live or create a video on it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that, child. I feel like it's gonna be a disaster, but I'll try to keep positive. Hey, me. Uh-oh, what's going on in the
Hey.
background?
Oh, let me cut Steve off.
Okay, because I was like, that
Shut
sound
up,
like
Steve.
Mr. Harvey.
It is Mr. Thick Stash.
So what you think about all of this stuff that we talked about today, child?
It's a
What?
lot of dark stuff going on.
Yeah,
It's
it
too much
is.
dark stuff going on. It's
Yeah.
from Jamie, Tina,
Oh
you,
yeah.
everybody. It's like, what's really going on? Like, nobody knows. You're saying Jamie, he's up playing croquet ball, whatever ball. But where's the proof?
Right.
Father was so-called pronounced gone, as everybody's basically saying. You know what I mean? I'll post a picture just to shut everybody, or say, right now the family's trying to do this, this, and this, and this. We would like privacy. Just pray for us. You can dead it right there. But to say that man was playing ball, what?
Yeah. I has anyone, well, they pretty much, people were saying at one point, I think that it was critical, then they said he was fine. I don't think anyone now, of course, some people who like to clickbait, I think definitely sat up there and tried to imply other things for clickbait purposes. But yeah, the whole playing ball thing threw me off, where it made me say, what is this really about? But again, it's just, I just feel like at a certain point, even if you just see him with a thumbs up, will
Right.
suffice. You know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
could just be watching TV.
right,
In any bedroom, he could be wherever he's at. Just a picture would just end it all.
right, right.
Like, you put that out there, and then that's it. And then everybody's creating stories, and like, it's not. And again, it's not our. You don't have to tell us anything. But since you did, don't just leave a cliffhanger. Hey, he's doing good. He's doing this. It's been what, a few weeks since he posted that. Well, where's he at?
Yeah, and here's the thing. It is a catch-22. It is weird because you're between a rock and a hard place. Some people with family, they do want privacy, especially when it comes to the health. But then at the same time, like you said, had she just simply said he had a medical emergency, keep him in his prayers, and didn't just say anything else. But I think what threw people off is the whole playing ball after that situation, that people said, huh? Like how? Like what's,
The hospital
what's
bed.
going on? Right. So I think that's what threw it off. But I don't know. Like I feel like it's one of those things where a celebrity doesn't owe us anything, but because those celebrities have a lot of adoring fans that do care, sometimes they do want to see a picture. And again, that may not be satisfying for some people because if a picture come out, you're gonna have people who trying to do clickbait too and try to say it's something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Right.
you're always gonna have people who are not satisfied, but at the same time, there will be some people that'll just be like, okay, well, at least I saw his face, I saw him give the thumbs up. Maybe he's recuperating from the situation, but at least we know that, he's there and he's working on getting better. But yeah, it's definitely a weird situation. And baby girl, I know you definitely wanted to talk about this too. So
I
wait,
think with this
what
world,
could be so bad? The rumors are really bad. Why not just say? Are you talking about are you talking about Jamie, or are you talking about Misa? Because I know you wanted to talk about the Jamie situation. So you're more than welcome to come up here too with me and talk about this, because I know you did want to talk about that. But anything else you want to say as far as that, me, or any other situation from Jackie O, Azealia, B, Simone, Misa, like, her connection went out. Because we talked about a lot. We talked about a lot. I don't know who you're talking about though, baby girl. Because we talked about so much, a lot of stuff that you guys can say could apply to anyone. Yeah. So yeah, Jamie, what could be so bad? The rumors are really bad. Why not just say? I mean, I don't know. And again, let's just say if it's a situation where it is bad. Let's just say he is in critical condition. She may not be in the right state of mind to handle that. She may not.
thing at all.
You know what I'm saying? She may truly be in that state. If this is critical and they don't want to say anything, you know what I'm saying? She may
Thing at
not be
all.
in that right place. What'd you say, me?
Don't say anything at all.
Yeah, but and that's the thing.
That narrative.
You
and
said
then just
just don't
what
say
she
anything at
said,
all.
right? Don't say anything at all, but don't throw a narrative. And if you do, don't throw a narrative out there that that you can't keep up with.
Right. Right. That's true. That's true. I mean, at the end, and again, she could have voluntarily said that information without speaking to a professional like a publicist or someone like that who specializes in this stuff. She could have just been going off of emotions in the situation. But it's weird that again, after this happened, they did promote that this show is coming out. That was weird that they announced that this show in 2024 was coming out with him and Corinne. It's a family thing. So I don't know. All of this is weird. Hell, everything that I talked about today is weird.
Everything. The
It's
Jackie
weird.
O, it's scary how they have the video of her saying, everybody's telling me not to get my body done, but it's my body, and then you got 24 hours later she passes away.
She
That's
said that
scary.
literally 24 hours later. Serious? I mean, wait. She said
So it was
that.
she went on live, and it's a video. You probably can find it on TikTok or probably on YouTube. But it's a video of her on live, talking about her getting surgery and how people was telling her she shouldn't get it, she don't need it, blah blah blah. She was like, it's my body. It's my body. And then come for a circle, she passes. That's scary.
Wow. Oh, wow. Whew.
Body, like you just had a baby. And
Yeah.
my issue is, I'm not gonna say I'm old school, but I'm kinda in the middle.
Yeah,
Media
well, it's
has
like
desanitized
right.
our lives. Well, majority of these just generations live. Like you got to keep up with an image. It's like soon as women the thing that they're supposed to do, birth a child. Like y'all got to snap back so quickly. No, you don't. Like breathe.
Right.
Let your body heal. You don't have to lay on the table. And if you do want your body back, go get in the gym. Y'all got money. Y'all have money.
Yeah. I mean, I know
It's the
for
microwave crew.
example, well, it's the microwave crew. And then again, it's also, I think, also the people around you. Because, like, for example, Tia Mari, when she had her last child, her girl, she gained a lot of weight. Like there was even pictures of her, and people was talking mess about her, pretty much saying, like, who is she? Because she did gain a lot of weight compared to her first pregnancy. And she just worked it out. She had her nutritionist, she had her, you know what I'm saying? She was working out and she eventually got it all. But again, that also probably depends on the people around her. Like I know her and her husband are, divorced now, but if you have people who root you on and support you at any size and, pretty much tell you, hey, you can get it back off, just do it the right way or whatever. Sometimes the people around you are your biggest, because sometimes be your biggest motivation or your biggest downfall. And so at the end of the day, and not saying anything about DC Young Fly, but who's to say that people around her, you know what I'm saying, in this industry was like, man, like you're gonna have to hurry up and get this down or get this done because we got to get this deal. Like who knows the type of pressure she was experiencing.
That's what I'm saying. It's the social media is like you gotta have everything. Like you can't be a human.
Right.
You're like, that's natural. You have a kid and you have 3 kids. So if you expect your body to snatch back like that, like give it time. Like let your body heal. Your body just went through trauma.
Right.
We're
Right.
birthing out babies. And then they said, the mommy makeover, all that stuff is a dangerous surgery. Everybody wants that, and everybody wants to look like the next girl.
Well, I found out through TMZ, and I think one of the other followers on here, one of the subscribers, they said the BBL is the most dangerous surgery there is. Even a doctor on TMZ said that because I guess apparently it's like the veins or the things that are connected as far as your buttocks are concerned, that if you put the fat in the wrong place or it goes into one of those veins, it can cause some serious issues. They say a BBL is extremely
That's
dangerous.
correct. That is correct.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know that. I'm thinking because it sounds so easy. Suck out the fat from somewhere else and put it in your ass. It sounds easy, but I had
Getting
no
it done, you would
idea.
think it is.
Right, right. I had no idea it was that dangerous. Hey Karma, I don't know if I've ever seen you in my live before. here's the thing. She could have done research, but here's one thing. There may be no surgeon in history that doesn't have some type of complaints. Like it could be a situation where she felt like, okay, well, he's had complaints, but my last surgeon had complaints. She could have chalked it up that way, or because he was willing to give her free services, she felt like those things were minor. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? We don't necessarily know if she did the research or not. But interesting enough, what I did notice on that breast surgery video she did, she had a whole slew of homegirls and even DC Young Fly afterwards who was there in the whole support of her getting that done. I don't know who was there for this one, but I do know that she had several friends who was there to actually support her in that first procedure that she had, that she actually posted on YouTube. These IG girls who promote the lifestyle, yeah, they do. And the thing is, all that glitters is not gold. And that's what they're selling to people on IG consistently. Filters, surgeries, even all the way down to that flat tummy tea. And it's like, it's like everything is about that quick fix. It really is. Everything is about the quick fix. Okay, yeah, it is. A procedure needs to be banned. Yeah, I learned something new with this situation. I did not know BBL was that dangerous. I really didn't. That was something that I definitely learned just with this happening. I never knew that was something because it seems like everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. So I just never knew. I thought that was one of the easiest procedures. I thought the tummy tuck would be more difficult than a BBL, more dangerous than a BBL, but apparently not, child. Apparently not. But
You're
yeah,
not sitting on my butt for that long.
right, right.
See them after they come from the BBL surgery, they like hunched over or laid out flat
Yeah,
afterwards. Like that's a lot.
yeah. Yeah, and they, like you said, they can't sit, and finally, after they're able to sit, they got to have all of this stuff under them to make sure. Like, yeah, it's one of those things. And I'm at this point, every time someone with that's a celebrity or someone passes, sometimes laws and stuff like this are created. Because like when Donda West, Kanye West mom passed, there was, I think, a law put into place about how you have to get certain, you have to, because I think they didn't do the testing for her. There's certain type of testing that needs to be done now in order for you to be able to get the procedure. So it could be with this one, they may start banning stuff like every time a celebrity pass, which that's why I'm saying, if we hear so many things about celebrities and having complications, it makes me wonder, regular people on a day-to-day basis that don't have the publicity, if there things like that are happening to them as well. We just don't hear about it. You know
A
what I
lot of
mean?
people
Like,
that goes across seas,
yeah. Well, Tamika
they
Raymond was one. Didn't she go to Brazil or someplace like that and got a procedure? And she went to, was it cardiac arrest or something happened to her? Something happened to her where Usher had to go down there to check in on her. She went down there to get a procedure done, and something happened to her. And this is all within, from Donda to Tamika to Jackie O. This has been literally within 10-15 years. And to me,
hmm
that's just too many people, whether they have passed or they have almost gotten to the point where they almost lost their lives. That's too many people for me. Too many
hip
people. And
hop.
I know people get surgeries all the time, but that's just too much for me. Because again, these are celebrities. Who's to say that we don't have people, regular people, who just going with their money and they're going through the same thing? We just don't hear about it. You know what I mean? Like we need to really maybe do a whole documentary. Someone needs to do a documentary on this stuff and really see, celebrity or not, how many people are getting mutilated, how many people are almost practically near death or even passing because of these complications from cosmetic surgery. But yeah,
Okay,
but
Michelle had a show like that.
she, oh yeah, about her butt and stuff. And she had, what she, wasn't there something where she had the butt injections and like all of the silicone or something like that went around her body or went all over her body or something like that? What was the
Like that.
issue?
I think it spread it, and I think it was killing the cells in her. Allegedly, I'm not 100% sure, but it was something around that it was eating at her.
Right. And she had to like get all of that stuff out of her body, right?
hmm
Yeah.
Yes. But she had a show like that. She had other, people that went through stuff like that on there. But and the sad part about it is if they ban that surgery, there's still going to be people out there that's going to be doing it, like backyard stuff.
Yeah, you know what? Sadly, I wouldn't be shocked
Stuff is
because
a commodity.
again, we had that backdoor stuff with people getting those injections.
Hmm.
So I mean,
Abortions that way.
yeah. I mean, it's the again. That's why I say our beauty standards becoming deadly at this point because people are willing to do whatever to achieve a certain look. When in reality, it's just probably just not like God made you a certain way. Like I've never been one. I've had hips, but I ain't never had butt like that. I've always been top heavy, and I've always had hips. I've never had a butt. And at one point I was like, I'm gonna give me a little butt, but I'm like, sometimes, look, just rock what you got. Now, again, I'm not against surgery. I have actually considered having surgery before. But again, it's like as long as it's for you and it's literally not for what other people think, fine. But to me, if it is for you, do the due diligence and do the research 10 times over and over and over again before you actually go into it. Because again, I do know people who have had surgeries and they haven't had any issues. They haven't. It is the best thing that happened to them. They love their looks. So then I've also had people where it became an addiction for them. So it just really depends. Let me see. Well, Lee, yeah, but this is something celebrities have normalized because look what they're doing to Lizzo. Right. Look at what they're doing to her. You know what I'm saying? Like Lizzo, you know what I'm saying, is I Lizzo, I think, is confident in her body. The reason that gives the what her insecurities come from society, people constantly pressuring her. And that's why she cries sometimes and stuff like that. And I hate that we live in a society where people feel like crying is a sign of weakness. If you're willing to cry and have those moments, sometimes crying is a sign of strength. Like everybody has their moments that they break down. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone has their moments of being frustrated with society and how they treat them or whatever the case may be. But I love the fact that she is living in her truth. You know what I'm saying? Like she is doing well in her truth. I would have to say she, you know what I'm saying, is the most successful, thick girl that we've had in a while because she's really the only one in her generation. But yeah, they treat her like crap. But at the same time, she also gets love at the same time. She also loves that people are embracing their own bodies because of Lizzo. But people are just cruel. Hey T, I think you're the one who talked about, just doing stuff in moderations, right? As far as cosmetic surgery, was that you? I think that was you. Let me know if that was you. And if you want to come up and kind of speak on that. 1 in 3,000, 3,000, not 300. 1 in 3,000 what, baby girl? 1 in 3,000 what? Exactly. Instead of just release that pressure, that steam, that boils in a pot. Yeah. Sometimes that steam and that water boils over. I think unfortunately we have been taught in our communities that crying means you're weak. Stop crying, holding your tears and stuff like that. Like we have a lot of things that we need to undo in our communities. Like we do. Like it's because I think to a certain extent it still is making us sick. But yeah, I love Lizzo too. T, if you definitely want to come up here, you're more than welcome because we spoke on a couple of things, but I know that you did speak on that in the comments. The deficit for BBLs, 1 in every 3,000. And how many BBLs do they do? Is it 1 in every 3,000 in a year, or are you talking about in general? Because I'm wondering how many people pass um within a year based on how many BBLs there are. One procedure at a time is more safe. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I will say that I've been hesitant hearing some of these horror stories, but again, that's that Libra in me. I'm an overthinker. I will literally think things over and over again. But yeah, like I haven't heard of anyone that I know personally who has gotten the mommy makeover and they got all of that stuff done at the same time. I haven't heard any, me personally knowing people. Most of the time they do take it step by step. They do the stomach first, or you know what I'm saying? Or if they do two things at once, it's like the stomach and the breast. Because I heard it kind of looks weird if you do like the breast first and no stomach, or you do the stomach and your breasts aren't lifted. So that's at most. But doing stomach, breast, 360 lipo, and BBL all at the same time, it just seems like your body could really go into shock.
The baby.
You said what? Me?
The baby.
Oh, and the baby, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely. So, it's one of those things. Now, where is my brother Teeth at? Where's Steph at? Where y'all at? Because I definitely wanted to get into some of these other topics too. Because brother Teeth, you was talking about the Azealia situation. I definitely want your perspective on that if you're still on. Steph and everyone else, definitely come up here and talk about allegedlys and how you feel about the situation if you're still here. I know it's kind of getting late on the East Coast. 1 in 3,000, that's done. Okay, you did the arms first. Yeah, I remember you said that, and you said the stomach's gonna be next, right, T? 1 in 3,000, that's done. Fat embolism was what the highest cause of. Oh, so yeah, so the BBL. So yeah, so again, I learned something new. I did not know. I thought that was the easiest procedure. Who knew? Who knew that the worst procedure to have or the most dangerous procedure to have? Who knew? That's crazy. Me went out again. Okay, Yulis, you said you coming up. T, did you know that BBLs was the most dangerous? Like, because since you've had procedures done before, or a procedures done before, did someone tell you that BBLs were the most dangerous? Because that's a new one for me. That was a new one for me. I never knew that. I was just like, what the hell? Because you all may thinking like, what's so hard about sucking fat from one place and putting it in your butt? You know what I mean? So yeah, so definitely, but the doctor from that was on TMZ, he said it was definitely a dangerous procedure. Oh, so okay, so yes, lipo period is. So lipo in general is more dangerous. T, if you can, please come up here because you seem to know a lot of knowledge about this. I would love to hear your perspective on this or get more knowledge based on what you've been told by doctors and stuff like that. Can I ask a question? What's wrong with sleeve and losing weight slowly? Look, I don't know. Like, again, but we live in a microwave society where literally it's a situation where they want it now. They want it now. So you know what I'm saying? That's the problem. They want it. They want instant results. Instant results. And again, I'm wondering, how soon she left the facility too. There's just like a lot of questions, but I guess to me, the doctor, in my personal opinion, like, I guess you can't keep a patient against their will, but there just has to be something because your career is on the line, your reputation, your license is on the line. At a certain point, you got to be like, look, you got to stay under, I'm saying, I'm saying, like, I need to check you out. I need to do all of that stuff before you even think about leaving this facility. Like, it's just something because you can't let these celebrities run you to a certain extent because they're celebrities. You got to make sure that they stay. If that's the case, because rumor has it they're saying that's the case. She left thinking she was fine and she didn't stay as long as they recommended her to stay. I don't know if that's true, but that's the rumor. I looked it up on American Society of Plastic Surgery because I want to sleep, but I was thinking of getting lipo. Sucking fat out is the easiest part. Putting it back in is what kills. Well, the doctor on TMZ said it's because there's veins in your butt that if you're not careful, if any of that fat that they put in goes into your veins, that's what can cause the clots and all of that stuff. Child, I did not know, but yeah, he said that is the most dangerous. And not I don't think he even said that was the most dangerous cosmetic surgery. That was one of the most dangerous surgeries, period. Period. I don't think he even left it to cosmetic. He said period. And that wound is open. The stitches are still wet. You shouldn't go nowhere. Yeah. Yeah. If okay, so if you want to just start the process in or on the fence with surgery right now, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I don't want people to get just too freaked out about surgery. Granted, it has definitely made me be like, ugh, I don't know, like let me just keep my butt in the gym. Let me keep my low carb, high protein, because that definitely worked for me for a while. And then, of course, I got lazy, but it definitely works when I'm focused and I'm disciplined. But yeah, I don't want people to get completely freaked out though. Like, let's wait until we hear what actually is going on or what happened before we get too freaked out. But it is making people, well, some people kind of pause. Yep, those veins in the butt are everywhere, and there's no way for the doctor to know where the tip of the wow. So do they tell these people that is that dangerous? I'm curious now if they really tell people it's that dangerous. My opinion about going to Florida for surgery is iffy anyways, because they do it too often and they get too comfortable, which makes them have a lot of mishaps. Really? In Florida, huh? Well, somebody said in the last live that they allowing dentists to do these surgeries. Like, dentists are able to, I guess, apparently do these surgeries now. I don't know how true that is, but they're pretty much saying people who are not certified, board certified, are able to do these surgeries. And they're doing them in Florida. That's what someone said in the last live. Yes, you have to have a major vein going to the heart. Oh, you have a major vein going to the heart near your buttocks. See. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Honey, I'm like, do squats. Do squats. Like I said, I've never been one with a big butt. I've always had the hips. I've always had the breasts. I've never been a big butt. And I was like, one day I was like, yeah, let me get that. Let me suck out this tummy fat and put it in my butt. I'll do squats. Like, I will do squats at this point. Am going home to get my surgery, going to the DR. Those are the doctors I trust. Sorry. That's the Dominican part. I mean, hey, whoever you trust and feel comfortable with, definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, if that's who you feel comfortable with, you leave by all means. Definitely. Because I know that, like I said, I think I've seen their IGs um where they actually have, because from my understanding, again, they take care of you when you go out of the country. They actually have someone pick you up from the airport, apparently, your hotel stay, like they take care of you, and they apparently have a nurse with you 24/7. I've heard all of that. Me personally, if I'm gonna be in that type of pain, I ain't trying to be in on no island doing that. When I go to island, I want to drink, I want to chill on the beach, I want to live my best life. You know what I'm saying? But hey, maybe the whole thing of looking at the ocean and stuff while you're in pain maybe helps and heals people. But that's me personally. But if you feel comfortable, by all means, girl, whatever is comfortable for you, you definitely have to do your research. Took me oh, okay. So it took you 3 years. Okay, so you did research for 3 years before you felt comfortable doing what you did, T. That's what's up. Now, if you don't mind me asking, the same doctor that did your arms, is that the same doctor that's going to do your other surgery, or are you going to a different doctor? Because certain doctors I heard specialize in other things. They're really good at some things, and some of them aren't really good at other things. So I have a relative that does that. No home, I got home 2 grand, who is going to take care of me. Okay, so in other words, when you go home, you got family still in the DR that will pretty much take care of you and help you. That's what's up. But they, from my understanding, when you do go to other countries, they do have that. They have that where they pretty much they take care of you from the beginning all the way until you get back on that plane. They do. Okay, so different doctor for tummy. Got it. Okay. Got it. Yeah, definitely. Anybody else want to come up in regards to this and everything that we talked about? Like I said, it's open to talk about a little bit of everything that we talked about. But I do feel things are really dark right now. I also feel that people are either exposing themselves, like I said, or other people are fed up and exposing folks. This is truly the time of people revealing. People revealing, whether it's dark or whatever, but the Jackie O situation does bother me. But the fact that people are willing to just Azealia and be Simone, it's just like, oh my gosh, like why? Why even go there when y'all know that she got babies? You know she got babies. Like that is the worst of the worst. You know what I mean? But hey, at the end of the day, okay, Yuli, it says you down here, but it's okay. Wait, there you go. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, girlie, what you got to say about all the stuff we talked about?
Child, where's humanity at? That's all I gotta say
Okay.
on that part. Where's humanity at? Like, damn. You know what's crazy though? I don't gotta say this, but Tupac foretold it. Remember that song Changes?
So
Tupac foretold it. Child,
yeah,
I'm telling you.
yeah,
That that's crazy though, because I'll be honest with you, this wasn't a trend when I was growing up.
no,
I started noticing this shit when I was a teenager, and mostly because of my stepmom. Because, like I told you before, she's kind of addicted to that type of
different
lifestyle. Like
plastic surgery. Yeah.
she's had three liposuctions, and right now she just got the sleeve. Girl, I'm telling you, I'm like, where the hell is you getting all this? Like, how?
Wow.
And
Wow.
she's had her boobs done, and she's had her butt done, and she's had like her hips. Like you see your thighs, make them bigger.
Hmm.
Like I would never understand. And she was a beautiful woman before that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like my father was not even in his right mind when he got with her. Like three times the level of this woman, and she still got all of these things done. But it's like I always wondered, is like, is this something that has to do with like self-esteem? Because she's always been a good, like, that type of woman that does exercise, that's always active. You get what I'm saying? Like I've always
Right.
questioned that.
Right. Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's some.
I guess here's the thing. Like, and we've all the women that we have talked about, none of them are ugly women. None of them that I'm talking about are ugly women. But again, outer beauty, someone can literally hear all day long that they're beautiful, but internally they have a lot of stuff going on, and they don't, like, they will always see, you know what I'm saying, something else compared to what other people see. They see something totally different. They can be told they're beautiful all day, but they still have a lot of things going on. And I think a lot of that has to do with society. Sometimes that has to do with, how people grow up. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things, but we have this pressure in society to be skinny and to be the standard of beauty that they put out there. It's a constant situation. And I know Teef was talking about earlier the colorism situation. That's an issue too. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
big
That
one.
people, you know what I'm saying, don't want to talk about the issues of colorism. You know what I mean? And how, the standard of beauty is that the lighter you are, the more beautiful you are. And the lighter you are, the more acceptance you will receive. So I think it's a mixture, a little bit of everything. You have to really know who you are and don't give a shit what society has to say, and accept who you are, and the right people will cling on to you and find you. But yeah, it could be a mixture of both, and it could be the obsession to keep the beauty too. I find
Yeah.
that sometimes it's the exception of you have girls who were born, beautiful. It wasn't like they never had a ugly duckling stage. They were born beautiful. They've been beautiful their whole lives, so they get an obsession of obtaining or keeping that beauty, keeping it by any means necessary. They need to keep it. So yeah, it could be a mixture of a lot of things. But at this point, it's like, if it's making people that, if it's mentally damaging them that much, and at the same time, if it's costing them possibly their lives because they're not willing to do the research because they just want a quick fix ASAP, that's the problem. That's definitely a problem. But go ahead, Yuli.
No, that is definitely the problem, and also the fact that it is a market. It's a market that can make it so easy to the point that you're taking a vacation, and when you come back to work, you're a whole totally different person.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And
you know,
honestly, most of these BBLs, I mean, some of the BBLs look good, but eventually I've noticed that a lot of these BBLs look weird. Like people's legs be too skinny for the butt that they get and so many other things. Like some doctors do it and they can do it right, but I just feel like we're always going to have something that's going to shift or change because that's just how our bodies are as we get older. Like your body,
Exactly.
even with surgery, things are going to shift and change. Even with getting your breast done. From my understanding, though, the silicone they put in your breast, it's not like once you get them in there, they're fine like that forever. Like you have to constantly get those checked. You got to make sure that they don't leak or bust. Like that's like a forever situation. They even have issues, or eventually the silicone messes up and they got to replace it or whatever the case may be. So it's just one of those things where ugh, I just feel like we're in a weird time right now with so much stuff. It's crazy to me what's going on. And 32, I've never heard that young. I don't know about you, but I've never heard that young of someone losing their life that young from cosmetic surgery. I just haven't heard it. I think it'll be interesting though if people start doing research on it because maybe there's a lot more that we're unaware of. But 32, I was mind blown by that. I really was. I was mind blown that a 32-year-old lost her life. But again, someone sent me information saying that she had had a procedure done before, right after her daughter. She had it done.
My
Yeah,
my thing was like right after your kids, you're not supposed to have any type of thing done to your body. Your body's meant to be warm up to a year. You're not even supposed to be like having your legs out for up to 40 days after you give birth. Just
really.
because, yes, you're supposed to maintain that warmth because you're losing blood in that area. Your body needs to maintain that warmth to begin that blood regain back into that pattern so it can start closing up. If you don't do that, then you're gonna keep having, difficulties as you get older because you're losing essential blood.
Well,
The
yeah,
thing
you know
is,
what? That
like,
does make sense now that you think about that, because isn't they say also not only does the baby need to stay inside, but the mother does need to stay inside with the baby too, right? So I guess that's the reason why they say that.
yeah, you're supposed to maintain at least 40 days of rest. In my country, you're not supposed to go outside for 40 days after you give birth. My family has kept that tradition going since my great grandmother. Like, you're not supposed to. My sister just gave birth like 3 months ago, and she just went out. Like, the baby's 90 days now, and he just went out. And it's just because of the simple fact that you're trying to make sure that the mother regains that energy back into that part of her body. Because you gotta understand, you're pushing from your diaphragm down.
Right,
Your body is spaced out. Your organs are not even in its rightful place. So
right,
when you're closing up, you're regaining that structure back. So if you
right.
start cutting into yourself, what type of damage are you doing? Like, I'm not saying this allegedly. I'm just, trying to think out loud, like, how does this would work? Because you're already weak internally, and then you're adding something extra into your body. Like, your body hasn't recovered at all. There's no way you're gonna be able to. I mean, unless you're superhuman and you're trying to survive this shit. I'm just saying, but it's like, damn, that's a lot
Right.
of damage.
Right. And it's saying confusing because I guess DC Young Fly wanted more kids. I would have waited till I was done having kids. Yeah, I
Me
mean,
too.
she again, that's what I'm saying. What pressure did she have where she felt like she had to get her snap back immediately every single time? Like she did it when she had her first child, and then there was a little break in between, but then she had two kids back to back. She had two kids back to back, and then she literally went back under the knife. It just, again, it's. I think it comes with pressure. I think it comes with how she felt about herself. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we can look at her and say, "Oh, she was a beautiful girl." That don't mean she felt that way. It doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean she felt that way. You know
especially
what I
after
mean?
pregnancy. Postpartum is hell.
Depression and stuff.
Like,
Right, right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things where postpartum, depression, a lot of things. Like we don't really know what she was going through. I hope that this is a cautionary tale for people, and I hope that maybe even her family, the adults in her family, once everything is, they start to heal and everything else, that they put things into action and maybe advocate for, doing more research or truly self-acceptance or whatever the case may be, because This is scary. And sadly, while we're thinking about it in that way, I don't know if this generation is thinking about it in that way. I don't.
Oh,
I think they like, because literally somebody sent me something that a big time influencer that has over 1 million followers, like a day or two after the announcement was about Jacky O, I think this person was talking about, oh, I'm about to go in and get my chin done and get this done and get that done. Like, this was literally days after the Jacky O situation, and they posted it. But again, definitely too soon. But at the same time, again, when you have over 1 million followers, you're probably getting this stuff done for free. And part of that free process is promoting it. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
the
So, but
dangerous part of that free process is the aftermath of it because you don't know what's going on in your body.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Because
Probably
my question is, when was the last time you got a physical? And then you went and you did these procedures.
right. Technically, they should be doing physicals before they even had the procedure. They should be doing all the
No,
blood
they're not.
work and all of that
Mm,
stuff. Try to
no,
find
they're
out
not.
what good.
Cosmetic procedures are not necessarily needing to have to do blood work on you. All they really would actually ask you is when was your last blood work done, and you can provide those results, and that will be sufficient enough for them if it's within 6 months prior to your last physical.
Really, for a procedure, for like a
For
cosmetic procedure?
cosmetic procedure, yes, cosmetic procedures that involve anesthesia. Girl,
Wow.
like that's the thing that gets to me, that anesthesia. Like you're actually asking these people to chloroform you deeper than that, to
Right.
the point that you don't feel anything until hours from now.
Right.
And then you're coming through, and but you're not providing these people actual, you're providing them history of what you know of, but nothing that goes beyond that. There's no actual EAG, EKG of how heart of your actual heart running. There's the EAG when they're testing how your blood work is running, how your circulation is going. That, yeah, that can be done because that's usually done in every single physical you go as an adult. It's
Well,
supposed to be
maybe
done.
it's one of those things now that they need to pass a law that if you need to have all of this testing and stuff done 4 to 6 weeks prior to your procedure before things can happen.
Mhm.
Like it
Instead of just
may.
seeing you and be like, "Are you okay with this
Oh, wait.
procedure? Do you
Here
have
we
any
go.
questions or concerns?"
T said, not my doctor. I had to do tests 2 weeks just for my arm. So 2 weeks before your procedure, you had to get testing done. Yep, 2 weeks before. So I guess it really depends on the doctor. And again, how
Yeah.
important, because there's certain doctors who they don't care what the law is for caution. Like they want to make sure this stuff is right before they put people under,
Oh yeah.
on the table. And that just shows you that there's some doctors who are about protecting not only their patient, but their livelihood. Because again, all it takes is one situation like this. And how do you have a career after this? And you went to school for how many years? And one
Exactly.
situation can clearly just stop all of this, because we clearly know it's a $1 billion industry, but it's
But
like,
then you also gotta take into consideration that the biggest payers of malpractice insurance are cosmetic surgeons.
you said the biggest who?
The biggest payers of malpractice insurance are cosmetic
Yeah,
surgeons.
yeah, yeah. You know,
No, they pay a lot for that insurance.
but again, if you, to me, there are good doctors who they don't care what the law, they're not about the bare minimum. They're about making sure what they feel comfortable with doing. Because I know even Dr. Miami, when I was looking into stuff, he was big on a certain BMI. It was certain things you had to pass before he even put you on the table. Period. He didn't care. There were certain things that you had to have before he put you on the table. At this point, if it had, I would say maybe they need to put it into law that you have
They
to do
should.
it. You have no choice but to do it at this point. And if you don't do it, you're gonna have an issue. Maybe even, you know what I'm saying, like a felony issue or possibly jail time issue or something. Maybe people have to get scared into doing the right thing. Because at this point, it's getting to the point where it seems like, and again, someone said Florida is one of those in and out states.
Mhm.
They constantly doing that stuff, in and out, in and out. It's like, do you even really care about the patient? And that's
Mhm.
even with, I'm hearing that's the same thing, even with weight loss surgery. You have some people doing these weight loss surgeries so much, they do the weight loss surgery. A good doctor or a good place will at least check on you a couple of months, or, you know what I'm saying, like 6 months or so, like after your procedure. I'm hearing that people are getting this stuff done, and once they're done, they send you the bill, but they not really checking in on you like that. And it's like, where are we at this point? Like, you're just looking at people like a paycheck. You're not even looking, you're
Oh,
not
but that is what they
even,
are.
yeah,
Working in the healthcare industry, I could tell you from the point that you come into, not even from the moment you make that call to make that appointment, you are a number.
your
You're not
number.
a name. You're a
Yeah.
number. And that is over to the point until they get paid. You're a number.
Yeah.
That's normally how it is. Let's be honest here. This is a transaction. You're paying for services that you're requesting to be had. And like, yeah, you're coming up. Like I said, I've had doctors. I've been trying so hard to get the sleep, girl. And every single time I go, I get either a good, I don't even know how to put it, if it's a good doctor or if it's like, dang, I just don't want me to do it, because every single time I go, they just tell me, look, you come up and down on weights. You can do this. You don't need this.
Right. Right. And it may be that it's a good doctor because maybe they feel that your BMI is not high enough.
Exactly, exactly. And then when I am high, it's like, come on, you can do it, get it down. So it's like exactly like I'm saying, I wouldn't know how to put if it's a good doctor or a bad doctor. All I know is that at this point is like with all this shit going on in this world, and now that I'm older and I'm getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I don't want to have to go through anesthesia because I know how the side effects of it on me is, and I don't like it. So I rather not go through it. So I'm getting to the point when it's just like, I'm just gonna, keep being me. I don't see anything wrong with me besides the fact that I just might want to lose some weight. And at some point I might just get off my butt without, get off my butt working so much and actually go out and do it. But as of this moment, with how circumstances is and how high shit is, I have to do my sole duty as the sole parent of my household to make it
Hmm.
happen. So
Yeah.
sometimes you have to put the things above you.
All right. I agree, girl. I agree. It's crazy. It's crazy. But let me see if there's one. Teeth, where are you at, my brother?
Now come up here.
Like, Tom, like, brother, where are you at? You had some good stuff to say. I hope you didn't fall asleep because it is kind of late out there. We're gonna wrap this up pretty soon. But I know Teeth definitely has some things to say in regards to the Zelia situation and even the Jamie Foxx situation. I definitely want to hear the opinions. And Steph, too, if you still there, come up if you have anything to say about any of these topics before we close out. Because you guys always, everybody who comes up here, definitely, I love that you guys give your opinion, whether we agree or disagree. You definitely give your opinion and state your mind. So I definitely want to hear it. Just make sure you say allegedly. That's all. If it's something that you feel, just say allegedly, and we'll cover ourselves. But with that, let me see. But Yuli, do you have any last words on what you have to say about not even just the Jackie O situation or cosmetic surgeries? Anything about Jamie Foxx, Misa, B. Simone, Azealia, everything? Wendy Williams, you got any comments on that?
Though, yeah, the girl that said something about the Jackie O situation,
Mm-hmm.
girl, you ain't human. You ain't human. You no. No, and God is funny. Just to let you know, your most embarrassing moments will be caught on tape just for the simple fact that you just did that to that lady. That
Yeah.
lady's spirit and her kids. Like, no, no, you're
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
You
saying.
are the type of person we need to cancel.
Yeah, people are revealing themselves. People are revealing themselves. And what's so crazy is I don't even think they realize that they're revealing themselves. But I'm glad that people are doing it because I'm one of those people where, like I said, and I said this on Geo's page, sometimes you gotta sit back and let people make a complete ass of themselves and let them expose themselves, and you don't have to do anything. You just need to let them talk and let them talk and let them continue their actions, and they will reveal themselves. And I think that's what's going on right now. A lot of people are truly showing that dark side of them. You know what I mean? Now, again, I give them, you know what I'm saying, like positive affirmations and stuff like that, because we do have a lot of things that go on in our community where people are depressed. You know, people don't even realize how negative they are because they probably been around that type of negativity their whole life. They think it's normal. There's so many things that are going on. But again, we have to have some type of discernment to understand that there's just certain things you should and should not say in public. Even if you're thinking it, you need to just shut the hell up. You know what I mean? But to actually take the time to type it out means you're thinking about it. And even sometimes the things that you're saying out of your mouth, you still, once you become an adult, you should know that you need to think before you speak. Point blank, period. And if you're not doing that, something's going on. But Azealia and B Simone, they had to type this stuff out. They typed it out. So like you're saying this stuff and you're literally thinking about it, probably rereading it to make sure there's no mistakes before you even post it. So you knew what you were saying and you knew the type of reaction you were gonna get. You know what I
And
mean?
that's something I did too.
Yeah. But again, again, my brother said earlier about, you know what I'm saying, you know, when people are mad, you know, is you can't really tell them how to what comments and stuff to say, in which I get that, but I really want to hear a different perspective. But again, Teef, I don't know where you are. I would love for you to actually talk about it in on the panel versus maybe, you know, posting it later. But hell, you can post it there too. Post it under the comments under the live if you know you had to do something. But you know, I definitely want to get that different perspective. But hey, you know, it is what it is. It is getting kind of late. So with that being said, yeah, people are exposing themselves, people are exposing others, they're fed up. You know, we have to definitely just have discernment and we have to be mindful of people at this point. Because like you said, there's a lack of humanity. There's a
It
lack of humanity.
is.
Yeah, it is. It's
It
just at this point, people are just they're becoming evil. They're becoming they just don't have empathy or sympathy anymore. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, look, baby girl. I completely forgot. Everyone, hopefully they've been hitting the like button. I'll be just talking and I don't even be talking about hit the like button, hit the like button. I just be talking my ass off. But yes, please hit the like button for those who are still in here and those who are definitely catching the replay. Please hit the like button. It's greatly appreciated. And for those who are new to the live, because I think Carmel, you're new to the live. I don't think I've seen you in my live. So if you are new, welcome. Thank you so much for your support and coming in and willing to hear me run my mouth and speak my mind and let others speak their mind. But yeah, definitely hit that like button. But yeah, so with that being said, if anybody else, I'm gonna give you guys like 2 more minutes if you want to come up and speak your piece on the situation or the topics that we're talking about. You got a couple more minutes. If not, we're gonna definitely keep this moving, and then you guys can definitely leave comments below. If you guys don't want to really talk about it on the panel, which I get, everybody doesn't want to come up. But if you guys do want to come up, you guys have a couple more minutes before I close this out. Because it is almost what 10 o'clock out there, Yuli?
Yep.
Oh,
9:49.
oh, not. Yeah, I'm about to say that's 3 hours because it's 6:49 out here. So I know, and especially we're in midweek, so it's not like people don't have to get up and go to work the next day. So
All
with
good.
that note, with that being said, doesn't look like anybody else is coming up. However, I appreciate everyone who came in here to actually listen to the live. Okay, hold on. Somebody's coming up. Somebody's coming up. What in the world
Come on
happened is
up.
here. Hey, babes.
Hey sis, how are you?
Good. How are you? What you
Good, good.
got to say about all these topics, or which one do you want to discuss?
Girl, I tell you, it's so many topics.
Yeah.
It's so many topics
Uh-huh.
that which one do you want to talk about?
No, it's which one you want to talk about?
Because everybody is crazy.
Yeah,
Hey,
'cause
Yuli.
Hey,
I
how you
have,
doing, girl?
yeah, for real. 'Cause
Oh my
I talked
gosh,
about
it's like
all
where
of
do we
them.
begin?
I talked
Because
about all
all
of
of them
them.
are crazy.
Yeah, so you have the floor. Okay, somebody got an echo in the background, like they got it in the background on.
Okay,
Is it
can you
you?
hear me?
I hear an echo. But
Okay, I'm gonna
you got
pause
it
it
in the
and
back.
we'll catch the replay. We'll
Yeah.
catch the replay. So so basically let's go on to be Simone. Like I said before, I didn't trust her after she came through with the scammy tease that she came through with. And she said that when she was trying to steal the journal, allegedly. Well, no, that's not allegedly because she actually did steal the journal. When she stole the journal from the young lady, I haven't trusted her since. I've tried to trust her off and on, giving her a chance because I understand she's young and various things. But I think a lot of people and what we're seeing now is a lot of people are coming out bad timing, wrong timing, and a lot of things are being revealed in this short period of time as this lady has passed. And unfortunately, no one has checked on the kids.
Right.
I know probably their family is definitely doing that, but no one has really checked on the children, especially if she said that this was her best friend and her friend has always been there for her. So if your friend has always been there for you, you don't need to be online anyway because you need to be over there with the kids.
Right.
If that's what you continuously say, we don't need your morning. We don't need to know that anything is going on with you because it's not about you. It's about if you didn't do what you were supposed to do for your friend in life, then do that for her in death.
That's true.
So that's it on her because she goes in a tangent and I'm like, girl, you find every way to mess up every time because you always get it wrong. You don't read the room. You
Yeah.
never read the room. So that's it on her. So let's see, what's the other topics we talked about tonight?
Uh, we talked about Azealia, Jamie Foxx, Misa, Wendy Williams. Take your pick, girl.
Okay, so Jamie Foxx. I don't want to hear anything unless it's from him doing a live in real time responding to the comments. That's what I would believe. That's what I would believe. Because at this point, everyone coming back with these shock value stories of is the family lying? Is this happening? Is everything that's going on? It's a bunch of foolery.
Right.
So let the man heal for whatever he wants to heal. If the family wants to keep it by themselves and not say anything, then that's fine. But coming out with these stories every day of, well, what's going on with Jamie? Let that man heal. Just let him heal
Yeah.
until he can come on and do a live in real time and respond to comments. That would show proof of life to me.
Yeah. 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 I feel you. I feel you. I mean, like I
Until then,
said.
I'm still believe that he's playing pickleball every day.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about. I don't know
I
about
know
doing
he's,
that
and we know he's
pickleball,
not playing pickleball because I'm like, you came from a stroke to pickleball.
right?
Okay,
But I mean, the thing is that I don't like the actual clickbait where people are talking about his demise. That's my
right,
words have power.
they
As much
do.
as people don't want to say that, sometimes they do have power. So it's
Hmm.
just like let's try to refrain from that. I am again, if a couple more months go down and we haven't seen him, I am going to be curious. Hasn't even been 2 full months yet. And
It
coming
hasn't.
back from an alleged stroke or whatever happened, that's really not a long time. So,
Right.
you know what I mean? So, but I just, people and, talking about he has passed or whatever the case
Hmm.
may be, to a certain extent, I don't mind people, giving their opinions on it, but I feel like a lot of people are doing it for clickbait. You know,
Right.
they're just trying to create some views and stuff like that. And it's just like, I can't rock like that. I can't. I can't
That's
do it.
true. Just
Yeah.
like what they're doing with Wendy Williams. It's like
Go, yeah.
it's sad. It's very sad. It's like trying to kill people off, and it just. I mean, sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
Trying to unalive
look,
people.
I ain't monetized. I ain't been saying
Okay.
this. I said
Try.
the N word by accident earlier because I was reading verbatim what Azealia Banks said, but go ahead.
And it's like trying to take people out. It's like you're not God. So
Right.
let these people heal how they're going to heal. If you can offer a prayer, offer a prayer. But trying to kill people, it's crazy. It's like, are we that sick as a society that we actually get excitement from people passing away?
Yeah, I mean, I knew where our world was headed when I remember, and this is when I was still living in New York. And Yuli, you probably remember this too. There was a guy who literally fell on the train tracks and literally got killed by the train. And instead of
Mhm.
people helping them, they took a picture of it and posted it on the newspaper the next damn day. Literally,
Wow.
Oh my God, yes, I remember that
you
was
Oh
on
remember that?
wow.
47th and
They
Broadway.
literally, instead of actually helping this man, someone instead took their phone, put it up, took the picture of the train coming while this man was pretty much trying to pick himself up to get out the way. And I knew then, I said, so no one helped him, and this person decided to take a picture?
And
Like,
then a big train, and I'm not talking about like one of like 178 type train stations. I'm talking
no,
about
it
45th
was the
Street.
big, it was the big one.
47th Street, my
Yeah.
man. That was 42nd Street. That's 5 blocks of train station. In
Yes.
other words, there's people in every side of that train station,
Right. It's a
and they
busy
let him
station.
die.
And they just watched it
That
and
is
took
true.
a picture. And then they literally posted it in the newspaper. That's when
Uh-huh.
I started questioning society and humanity at that point. Because I'm like, where are we getting to the point now where you literally could have just had three people attempt, not saying it was gonna help, but attempt to pull this man, and I saw
Not
no one.
Girl, not even in 42nd Street since the 2000s. There has been freaking alarms on every side of that train station because that's literally like that's tourism train station. 42nd Street, 34th Street, that's all tourism train stations.
Yep.
There are buttons on those stations literally that alarm you that you can alarm for them to start blocking up the tracks. And
Yeah.
that never happened. Nobody ever called nobody, nothing. Like that whole thing was like it was, oh, somebody just fell and everybody was on their way. That I remember that shit like it was yesterday. Now that you brought that up, I'm getting goosebumps, like literally
I
thinking
was still
about it.
living in New York at that time, and I remember, and literally the next day they had it in the newspaper, and I said, "What the hell is going on here? Like, what is going on here?" And whoever took that picture, more than likely, allegedly, whatever, I'm gonna say they sold it to them. They didn't just give it up; they sold it to them.
Yeah,
Oh, of course.
of
Nothing in New
course.
York is given.
So that's
Right.
just like,
Everything is for price
yeah. So
or
when
for a
I
cost.
heard that's when I really started to question. I said, "What the hell is going on here? What the hell is going on here? Where everybody is just, instead of helping someone, they're just willing to pick up their damn phone."
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yep.
it's those situations. Like, yeah, we've been having a lack of humanity for a minute. It's just getting worse and worse though. But we've had a lack of humanity for a minute, because I want to say easily that was what, maybe 2015, 16. It was somewhere around there. It was literally, that's when that happened. I was like, what in the hell is going on here?
Yeah, that was
Like,
before my yeah, that was before my I think it was like 2 years before my kid 13, 14 around there.
yeah, it was
Because that's when I
somewhere
started
around there.
carrying a taser in New York. I remember.
Yeah, it was somewhere around, because I was still there, and I was just like, what in the hell is going on here? And granted, that has not been the first or probably the last that someone fell on the train tracks, unfortunately. But at the same time, to take a picture instead of screaming or pulling or doing something that, like, literally, or telling him to duck under on the side, like, I was just like, what is going on? But yeah, that's when I
Or run
really
to
said
the
we're in
other
trouble.
aisle. Nothing. There
Yeah,
was
like I
nothing.
said, we're in trouble. But go ahead. What in the world happened? Any other topics you want to discuss, and then we're gonna wrap it up. You there?
And
Okay.
let's see. Okay, let's see for Azealia. I think we've already covered everything for Azealia.
Yeah.
There is no more help that
Yeah.
we can give because, of course, she wouldn't listen anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think that, of course, she is the person that has destroyed her entire career, and no one helped her do that. She did that all on her own.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, is a sad thing, because it seems like the most talented people are just, it seems that they're the most tangled with so much torture. And
That
I would
is
just
true.
love for her to get out of her own way so that she can create creatively the way that she wants to. But at this point, with all that she has said, it's like, how do you come back from that?
Yeah. Yeah. And
What is it going to take for you to come back from that?
I don't think it stops her creatively because that girl makes some dope ass music, in my opinion. I like her
Mm-hmm.
music and I like her videos. She does creative videos. The
Mm-hmm.
problem is though, she wants more recognition than she's getting. And some of that could be the fact that of the stuff that she says. Like, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like that's the problem. But I still to this day, like Azealia, some of her songs is my go-to for the treadmill. Cause she
Mm-hmm.
she be rocking and it ain't even like I'll be actually like grooving to it. Like she has that good house music that we remember from like the early 90s. She
Mm-hmm.
has that. And she has
Mm-hmm.
the new modern twist to it. But man, like when she did that today, I was just like, oh my God. Well, was it yesterday or whatever when she did it? I was just like, really? Like this is giving vibes that you're like, ha ha ha, like don't F with me, like that type of vibe. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like there's babies involved in this. And even if there weren't babies involved in this, again, it just shows a lack of humanity. And I don't think what DC Young Fly said versus someone having a tragic, unexpected death, that's not a comparison. To me, it's not. It's like, yeah, what he said to you was effed up. Yeah, it definitely probably rained out colorist vibes. But at the same time, what does that have to do with her? And what does that have to do? And it's just, I don't know. I don't want that karma. I never want to wish that type of stuff on anyone. Even if someone did me dirty and something like that happened to them, I'll still say a prayer for them, prayers to them. You know what I mean? I just don't want I don't have that type of energy. It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, go ahead. It's sad. It's sad, but she's so talented. But yeah. And then as far as Misa and Wendy Williams.
I just want, I love Auntie Wendy. I really do. I really love Auntie Wendy. And I just want the best for her. And it's so sad because I keep thinking that I hope that this is something that she's playing on Kelvin or Kevin or whatever his name is, honey, at this point. I just hope that she can push through this. She really can.
It would
Because
be
it's
no
so
combo
sad that
for
she has worked so hard in her career to
yeah.
get to where she's at, where she can't even relax and enjoy her money and just relax and be on a island somewhere. That's the sad part because it's like, what what was it that, I mean, even the guidance that she listened to her husband and various things, so it's kind of gotten her into the place where she is now. But to amass so much wealth to not even have access to it, that says something. That is a scary thing
Well,
that someone could go ahead.
someone can do. No, I'm saying yes, someone can do that. But the problem is, the wealth part is scary, but the mental decline to me is scary.
Right. That's
And
it. This the whole thing
yeah,
that it seems that ever since she got from that show, it makes me wonder, was that the only thing keeping her sane?
mm-hmm.
Because it seems like it deteriorated, like it was a weird connection that connected to the show. That's what kept her mentally, because I think even with seeing, her over the various years and stuff, you could kind of see a bit of the decline happening,
Right.
but she also had something to do. And I know sometimes when you have the older generation, they'll tell you that, they keep working even when they do retire, that sometimes people do start to decline when they retire and they get stagnant. So that's why you sometimes will see everyone still being busy, while they are retired or what have you. And it's just really a sad place. And just people who are wishing harm on her just because she was the shock jock or she said things about people and expose people, that people wishing her harm, that sucks. That's really a bad thing because I really honestly, to me, I don't see that she's done anything so horrible to where you would wish harm on her.
Well, I guess it
I just
depends
really
on the
don't.
person. It depends on the person. Because one thing about Wendy and Yuli, you can attest to this. Wendy back in her Hot 97 WBLS days, she would talk about some shit on people. Stuff that people would not, whether it was true or not, they felt like it truly could take their life, down a different path, or could
And
mess
she
up their
never
career.
apologized for
And
it.
she never
And
apologized. So,
yup.
she even had like that story about Toto coming to jump her in her movie. That was some true shit. Like, she literally had people who were feuding with her and the stuff that she would say. So it's not one of those things where she actually became more friendlier with her gossip when she got on the Wendy Williams show. But when she was in her radio days, she was fuckless. Excuse my French. She was fuckless in a lot of ways, to where she had to move a certain way to make sure that she was protected. So I guess it really depends on the person, because I'm sure there are certain people who were on the receiving end of her gossip and her BS that may have felt differently. Because remember, she done had everybody go off on her. Whitney Houston cussed her ass out one time and literally went off on her on the radio. I think Judge Mathis. It's a lot of folks that went in on Wendy. You
Yep.
know?
And where
Yeah, now, yeah, she
yeah,
did. She did. I can attest to when she was really in your face and getting to the tea. But as she got older,
Right. As she
she
got
was
older.
quite comical to me.
Right. Right.
And she's my fellow. She's
Oh, cancer.
yeah. You already know she's one of those. So I love her. I see no
Yeah.
wrong in her.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like her radio days, like Tiffany said, hey Tiffany, but yeah, her radio days was her prime, and that was her prime ratchet days too. She didn't give
Right.
a damn.
Oh, she was, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
she definitely when what was that? What Total had punched her in the face?
No, they didn't.
They got the
They didn't get a chance to get to her, but they was trying to get to her. I don't think
yeah.
they got to
So
her.
yeah, definitely I could see.
Yeah.
I could see doing a 1-2 back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey Tiff, but yeah, no, definitely. But so I guess it depends on. I think us looking at it as strictly entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
we don't see it that way. But again, I guess if you're on the receiving end of her drama, you know what I'm saying? Like, you may be like, oh hell no. Because I think even Whitney, when she was on the phone, she was calling her all types of bitches and stuff. Like, people have gotten that mad at Wendy where they was like ready to put hands on her at times. So it may be people who may be like, this is your karma. This is the karma in the situation. But I guess for me to learn, everything is a learning lesson for me. What can we learn out of the situation? What we can learn out of this situation is that a man can really take you through the gutter and make you lose it all, from your mind to your wealth. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like once that information came out about that baby, once that came out, the decline went down, and it went down badly. Like, it just dropped. So it's just, again, it's always revolving around a man. It's like the man either can help or they can break you. But when they break you, they break you.
They break you and take you down in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So literally, and yep, that's another thing. Wendy Williams and Angie Martinez got into it. She done got into it with a lot of folks. So a lot of people may be sitting back and saying that's the karma. But here's the thing, and this is going back to the Azealia thing. They may be sitting back and saying that's the karma, but you don't see nobody posting that shit, do you? You don't see nobody. You don't see like the Angie Martinez. You don't see these people from Total and people like that who all have access to social media. I haven't seen any of them talking about well, this is what you get. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's their whole tact.
Right.
That's the tact. Like, you might think it, but you don't say it.
Right.
That might and that's the whole thing where people don't understand that you can scroll past comments.
Right.
You don't have to address everything.
Right.
So I think a lot of people don't understand that. And if you do have a thought such as that, then don't post it.
Right.
It's not saying that you can't have the thought, because there's some demonic thoughts or whatever thoughts that people have in their mind, but they know and they have enough common sense not to let that come out. And that is the thing. That it's not saying that you can't be human, because yes, you can be angry. No one is saying that she can't be angry, but it's saying that don't let your anger take you to that point to where you say something that can also put a curse on your own self.
Right. Because to me, when you do that, that shows that these people have too much power over you. Like that means that they have too much power over you. Like that situation happened years back. Years back. And again, I'm not discrediting the fact that she clearly she was hurt and she felt embarrassed and disrespected by that situation with Azealia. But that happened so many years back. It's like that situation still has power over you. What he says still has power over you. When it's that, it's like almost like that you're giving them too much power, in my opinion. Like that's one thing I've learned, that emotional intelligence of you can literally come at me. Now again, there's certain things I'm willing to take, I'm not willing to take, but certain things you just got to let people show they ass. But you at the end of the day, you don't show them that they have power over you. It can happen, they can disrespect you, they can do all of that stuff, but you're not about to sit up there and get to the point where you're that so upset that years later something happens and you're willing to go back to something that happened years later. Like that was the past. Like you gotta be able to get over it and not let it control you. And to me, what she did, it's like it's still controlling you. That situation is still controlling you. It still haunts you to the point where you were willing to be that mean and vicious and say something like that, and then literally play it like it happened on your birthday. Like that was almost like a birthday present. Like on my birthday, the irony, on my birthday, on my 32nd birthday. I was just like, "Whoo, like that's deep. That's deep." I didn't know what to say. Like I played it back. I was like, "Am I reading this correctly?" I sure the hell am. I didn't know what to say about that. I just didn't. But yeah, girl, we are definitely in some strange times, Yuli, and what in the world happened? We're in some strange times. Um, and I hope it gets better.
Strange ain't
Well,
even
I
that.
don't know. I don't know if
That's
it's gonna
true.
get better. I hope it gets
I
better.
saw.
You
I don't know if you guys ever heard this, but you guys ever see, what is it called? The Flash?
The
You guys
flag.
ever seen the Flash, right? The Flash, the superhero, Flash.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, you know that supposedly the Flash has different multiverses, right? Same universe over and over again with different accents, different actions, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how I feel shit is happening. Like I seen going back into my past and it's like, what the fuck just happened? Like it was a 360. What happened to people going around and saying, "Oh look, I just saw your child on the block. I told him to come back." To shit, I don't know where the hell your child went. It was right. He was right there. Like what happened?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
Like
it
that
used
is
to
my
be
main thought.
the whole neighborhood, the whole village used to watch out for your kids. They used to protect, like a lot of that stuff. But again, I don't know where it. We could say, because of course, at a certain point they was trying to say the crack era caused this, and then the crack era stopped. We still had humanity though after the crack era. I mean, it could be
Yeah.
social media, it could be a lot of stuff, but things are changing. Things are changing, and I'm hoping that eventually we can see humanity again. But I don't know. I don't know, but I do know one thing. I say for all of us that still have it, continue to keep it. We may feel like we're in a twilight zone, but at the end of the day, my morals, my values, and who I am, even if it doesn't, I'm not the most popular person, hell, I'm gonna still continue to keep my morals, my values, and keep being me.
Right.
Because I feel like at the end of the day, we all have to answer to someone, and we
Hmm.
all have to make sure that what we put out there, understand that that energy is going to come back to you in some kind of way.
Yep. Leave a
That is
little
true.
bit of hope in that box of Pandora.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, definitely. But on that note, any more last words? Because we're going to wrap this up. Any last words?
We're good.
What you say, Julie?
What you say, Yuli?
We're good.
We're good.
Okay,
That
all
was
right.
good.
But I think we said enough. But with that being said, you guys, thank you everybody who came in to my live. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For people who are doing the playback, please hit that like button. For those who are in there, still in here, make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate all of you. Definitely, again, regardless on what society does, you keep your moral compass, you keep your humanity, you keep your integrity, and trust and believe that good karma is going to come to you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like you continue to do you regardless on what other people are doing. It's a
Mm-hmm.
weird world right now, but again, hey, let them be weird. You continue to be you. So on
Yeah.
that note, you guys, you have a wonderful evening. I am actually going to do a review on a new scripted show that I just
Okay.
found out about. Because you guys know I prefer scripted. I'm tired of this unscripted stuff at this point. It's getting on my
Mm-hmm.
nerves. But I'm gonna do some new reviews on scripted shows, and
Okay.
I will see you guys on my next video. And then we're definitely gonna talk about the Mary J. Blige movie too. So
Ooh, yes.
yeah, so I will
Are you going to do an update, Chris, on the status of the strike, or do you not have?
I don't know yet. I'm kind of
Okay.
waiting to see what the play out is, what the
Okay.
actors are gonna do. So I'm waiting to see what this month folds about and see what's gonna happen with that.
Okay.
But again, I don't think people right now really care as much like some people. I
Mm-hmm.
think some people don't realize it until it hits them that the fall happens and their
Right.
favorite shows may not be coming on. Then they're
Right.
gonna be like, oh my gosh, what the hell is going on? But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching it closely, but I'm waiting to see if the actors are going to strike. Now, if the actors strike, that's definitely going to be something to talk about because it would be two unions at the same time striking. I don't think that's ever happened before.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, so I'm just waiting to see what that is. But I'm watching it closely for sure. I'm watching it closely. But you
Okay.
guys, I'll definitely keep you updated on what my next moves are as far as my lives are concerned. But yeah, next video is probably going to be the scripted show, and then of course the Bell Collected comes on Friday. So
Okay.
with that being said, you guys have a wonderful evening. I love you all and have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend. I'll see you guys soon, though.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.